Inside Stone's Gambling Hall in Sacramento, California, you'll find Sammy's Restaurant and Bar. Recognized for its innovative, healthy global cuisine, Sammy's offers menu selections made with local, organic ingredients. Indulgent options like truffle fries, duck tacos, artisan wood-fired pizzas, fresh salads, and more, along with an eclectic selection of craft beers and classic handcrafted cocktails. Plus, with 40 big screen TVs, Sammy's is also the perfect place to catch your favorite game. Satisfy your craving anytime, 24/7, tableside or in the dining room at Sammy's Restaurant and Bar at Stone's Gambling Hall.
What is up, everybody? Nice to see you in the booth with us. My name is Veronica Brill. With me is the Jake.
You're welcome, as always, as usual.
Standard, right? Tonight, pitter patter my heart. We have a few big names in the game, and
La mucho.
mucho my heart. Let's talk about the game first before we get down to the players.
So, we've seen this before, this concept in tournaments before, at the WSOP, at the LAPC, a couple other spots. Tonight is an ante-only game. So it's a $5 ante game, which
tell me about it, baby. Tell me.
I mean, there's going to be 45 in pre before anyone ever has any action. There's no blinds.
Basically, if you sit at the table and not play, you're paying $45 a round.
Per orbit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a big game. It kind of on the like par with a big 5-10 or a 10 1/4 game. But this is new, so I mean, not a lot of people, we never see this in cash games, so like blind or like, and we've seen it before in tournaments. You know, the number of blinds you're playing are always like very, very shallow because it's tournament poker. Here we're playing cash game poker, so we can be very, very deep, 200, 300, 400, 500, bigs deep, and no one's ever done this before. So here we are, Stone's Live Poker.
No one's done it, but we're doing it tonight.
Right.
5-5. You have to pay $5 to bring in. So you've already paid your ante. You have to bring in
Everyone
for minimum
antes for five.
Five is a limp. So you're pretty much limping for 10.
You can limp for 5, raise or fold, starting with a small blind. You can straddle out of the small blind if you want, what we would normally consider the small blind position.
Yes. So yeah, action starts in what you would typically see the small blind.
Yeah. So I mean, in this game, so big blind pre-flop has ultimate supremacy because he really truly has genuinely last action pre. So
yes.
It's 45 in the pot. I mean, it's all new.
And what do we do? And we love it.
And we love it. Yes.
Let's talk about who's in the game because
Mr. Bart Hansen.
Mr. Bart Hansen.
Crush Live Poker.
Crush Live Poker in seat 1, sitting on, bought in for 4K. That's not Bart Hansen. But that was good. That was like Brian from Monday.
Speaking of Monday, I don't know if I outplayed Bart, but I outdrank Bart. So
that's always called winning. There's Bart, C1, Crush Live Poker. We love Bart. I mean, how can you not love him? He uses our videos for Crush Live Poker. C2, Ash. Ash is back.
What I love about Ash, he's got a hat on, or his name on the hat has a whale on it. Like,
I mean,
perfect, right?
If you can't beat him, join him.
Right.
Right?
That's where I've gone.
C3, Harlan. Harlan's changed his game, crushing life.
Harlan's coming fresh off of a pretty good session at playing 2550 on Poker Night in America.
Poker Night in America, wearing a Stones hat, got asked to take his hat off, representing Stones, baby.
We love it.
Harlan bought in for 4K because he's like, Bart, you're not the only one who can do it. Pitter patter your heart. Pitter patter, it's Matt. Matt Holtzclaw, seat 4. Sorry.
Matthew
I'm
Holtzclaw.
Polish. This is what happens. It's Matt. Are you not excited?
That's the best. We already know this. I don't need to say anymore.
I love Matt. I'm just gonna say, like, I might be reaching love levels of Matt that you are in.
It feels good, doesn't it?
It's like heaven.
It's good.
It's like heaven.
So good.
Seat 5, we have Adam.
Seat 5, that's AC. Oh, Adam. Okay, Adam. Really, I didn't know AC's first name was Adam.
Look at that. That's an accurate depiction.
That's Evil Kermit.
Oh, I like Evil Kermit.
Evil Kermit's some solid dude. Adam in seat 5. Can't see what he's got. He looks like he's all in on his first hand already, which we love.
Seat 6 is Dan. So Adam Button for 1K, which is kind of short stack. Dan in seat 6.
Very intense looking.
Look at that crusher photo. Dan bought it for $31.50. He probably bought it for 4K, but then lost a $50 hand. You know what I mean?
Maybe, probably.
Or less, or more than that.
Seat 8, we got Alex W. sitting on about 3K. Also, wait, there
apparently,
we go.
there's Alex.
Repping the Cal Grand Casino hat. We love it.
2,900. Yeah, just under 3K. Oh, seat 9. Getting some ball loving. Veronica got some ball loving tonight. It's not Waprai, it's Mr. Scott Ball.
Scott is the best. He really is.
At Rum Cakes. Rum Cakes?
Rum Cakes.
Rum Cakes? I get in trouble when I call him Rum Cake. It's Rum Cake on Twitter. It's Rum Cakes on Twitch.
Yes.
I know because I stalk him 8 hours a day. I have a job, but then when I'm done my job, I stalk Scott.
Scott's one of the best people in poker. Twitch has done so much for poker.
Yes.
And it's huge, and we all and Scott's one of the primary figures that we all have to thank for that.
So
those of you who watch watching stream poker on Twitch, Scott's the guy that we all have to thank for it.
So we're watching Harlan bring in action here because we're playing there's Scott. We're playing an Anioni game. If you're just joining us, action is starting where the small blind typically would be. It looks like Harlan raced to 30.
Harlan opens for 30 because there's already 45 in the pot, or 40 in the pot. We have 8 players playing right now, so 40 in the pot to start with.
And we already got 3-bet.
And
is it a 3-bet?
It is, yeah. And Dan immediately 3-bets.
It seems odd, right? I feel weird.
No,
I
it's
feel
not
like
weird. It's good. Don't fight it.
Anal for the first time, you know?
Oh, jeez. Wow. King, Queen, Deuce, 1 heart. Harlan flops middle pair, back to a heart draw. Dan, who 3-bet the Jack 4 off. He somehow thinks that Harlan can be light under the gun. Now, what do you think? Normally, you think a player who opens under the gun and normally even blinds that they might have a strong range. Harlan's super under the gun. He's opening out of the small blind with no one yet to act.
A little bit lighter than standard. And Queen Jack suited actually, I would think, would be an early position, would be within that range.
And Harlan just check folds there.
Although my poker coach would tell me no. Yes, Harlan just check folds there. And we're sick about it. Skycry, what's up? Ghost of M, welcome to the game. I do not have a laptop in front of me, so I apologize. I'm kind of going to be lagging on this. Rick in Barstow, my boyfriend from Barstow. Don't tell anyone. Oh, thank you, Bob.
Waprai in the chat.
The man getting me a laptop so I can talk to my peeps in Twitch. Matt's first to act. There he is, seat 4. I'm not going to interrupt you anymore tonight, I decided, just one time.
So Matt has got kings here under the gun. So he said, with this game, normally we look at an under the gun opening range. We expect people to play pretty tight up front. This game, where you start out of the small blind position first, we just expect players to be very, very tight in the first 2 spots. Matt here, finding the kings, obviously good enough to open.
Harlan's coming in for the ride, 45 to call, and just calls with an ace-6 offsuit.
10-8-4.
2 hearts.
If I was in this game, if I saw someone, a very, very competent thinking player like Matt, opening out of the under the gun or small blind position, as we might be more commonly familiar with it as, I would be mega tight.
Mucho?
La mucho.
La mucho.
But then, like I said, I think we're all kind of feeling this out for the first time. None of us know how this is going to go. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, though. Everyone's pretty deep. There's a lot of money in pre. Stacks are deep enough. We should be able to play some good poker here.
I'm trying to log in.
Waprai wants a receipt for his charity that he paid for. We love it.
Where's my stack?
So it's funny about
the receipt.
So what's great about that, I saw I went back and watched part of the stream, Bart got on the booth during that last stream. He was like, yeah, because they asked him about my ace queen rip, and Bart's like, yeah, it was really speculative. That I actually specifically did after. That's a Bart move. I remember talking to Bart when Bart was playing one of the Poker Night America streams. Oh yeah, he was saying there's some things I did in that show that I wouldn't otherwise do. Because you're trying to make entertainment, trying to make it fun. First time I ever went on the stream, everyone complained about what a nit I was. So since then, I've been pretty spewy, trying to be slow.
So I just want to point out that Dan raised to 40, Scott calls, Esh calls, we have some, and Harlan's calling, and we're gonna go like
multi-way.
4-way to a flop, and we're not charging extra for that. 10, 3 deuce, a little bit of
Harlan.
rainbow, yeah.
Can't see what Dan's got. He's gonna go ahead and bet into all these other players anyway.
Retarded Ricky, what's up? Horrible name. Good to have you in the stream. Scott's looking extra handsome tonight. I just want to throw that out there. I don't hate it, you know? I don't hate the way he looks.
10 deuce 3 is not a bad board for pocket eights here. Scott's gonna go ahead and call. Now the bad news for him is Harlan's got position and a pretty goddamn good hand on 10 deuce 3. Dan, we've already seen 3-bet the jack 4 off. It's not unreasonable to think that he can still be really wide here if Dan's going to play that way the entire night. Harlan is reaching for raising chips.
Looks like 225. 325.
3 1/4. And you can already see how big these pots are getting already. In a game where you can limp for 5, pots are opening up. Now we see Dan's hand.
Wow.
Dan's notched. This is bad news.
And Scott knows his hand's
Now
not good.
Scott can get away.
Yeah.
Dan does not believe Harlan. He thinks Harlan might have a hand like maybe 4 or 5. He could have a lot of worse 10s.
Jack of diamonds on the turn.
That might be a scare card for Dan. He might worry that he thought Harlan might have popped it with just a pair of 10s, and the Jack might hit him. Might give him 2 pair. Now, likewise for Harlan, he's got to worry that that could hit Dan as well.
Check on the turn. 4 of diamonds on the river. I think the graphics are off because we had the Jack of diamonds on the turn, yeah.
So the 4 diamonds comes off. Dan now leads out. I'm going to see his sizing here. There's 980 in the pot. How much does he bet? He leads. Harlan snap calls. Dan bets 375. Harlan snaps the ace 10.
Wow.
Easy
wow. Game. Why is he snap so easy there?
Because once we check back turn, we can't fold river. After we raise flop, you just don't.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to like narrow your opponent's hand down to only an exactly Jack 10, or be completely convinced that he's got to have like Queens plus or Jacks plus to call a raise on the flop. Everything our opponent is ever gonna call, get sticky with any other 10 or any other pair, or is competent or capable at all of turning any hand into a bluff or a misdraw into a bluff.
Yes. As we can see, Peter now, his spot is taken by Bart. Bart's eating a salad tonight. We need one salad eater. What do you want me to do, huh? What do you want me to do? So, if you're just joining us, the game is $5 ante and $5 to bring in, essentially 10. You're gonna pay $45 a round just to sit around.
So JCW Poker referred to that last instance, it seems like a bad raise, and conventionally a lot of us would think that we wouldn't be raising there with ace 10 on a 10 deuce 3 board. Considering that, I mean, it's really, really dry. Mind you, go ahead, I'm sorry, this hand's happening.
No, Harlan raises to 50. Adam folds, Esh calls with pocket deuces, a little bit of set mining. Esh leading out now.
Interesting play. Esh flatting deuces and then leading into Harlan on ace king 6. Harlan makes a quick call, 5 comes off.
Donk betting is the new check raising.
I don't like it still.
You don't like a lot of things though.
I do hate most things. Esh is not done yet. Esh has got the whale hat on, and he is going to play true to form.
And we love it. 220. It looks like 210 maybe. Into a $300 pot.
He's got to think Harlan's got some sort of an ace here. At this point, unless you hit your hand, I think now you just give up.
6 pairs the board now.
It's not a good card to represent. We wouldn't rationally be blasting off with a 6 here.
But you got to think of your Esh. What's Harlan calling with now?
Ace X, which now makes it like now his kicker problems got solved.
Yeah.
Any Ace X kicker issues just got fixed.
And Harlan checks back.
And he's good. So JCW Poker referring to the previous hand. So Harlan, I mean, yeah, he ran into Harlan ran into the only hands that can call him there. They can get value from when he ran into King 10, or I'm sorry, where King 10 runs into Harlan's Ace 10. We've talked about it before. Harlan plays a wide range pre, and that when the 3-4 on board, Harlan like the hands like 3-5, 5-4, 5-6, hands like that. And Harlan might be raising an inside straight draw or a pair, kind of turning into a bluff there. And it's one of those boards where actually Harlan can't have a lot of worse hands. So Harlan actually raising top there. He can get called by worse.
Challenge accepted. Harlan can have worse hands there.
Harlan
In
can.
Harlan's range, yes. What is
Harlan's-
up, Canadian shooter? It's one of those nights. I'm just gonna say it. It's one of those nights you're gonna talk about one hand for 3 hours.
It might be.
I feel it. I feel it coming from you right now.
I'm ready.
You have been missing the booth, and you've been missing the 1025 game, and this is the 1025 game that we normally have, right? Harlan's raising down to 55.
Harlan's just going to work tonight. I love it.
We're not going to have a slow-paced game here tonight. I can just feel it. This is not going to be easy on anybody.
So Esh tries to limp in the threes. Harlan makes it 55 to go.
Esh is in the same spot now with Harlan again. I feel like we're repeating the same hand.
King 6-5.
This time he's not going to try the bluff. He checks to Harlan.
Harlan checks back. Queen peels off.
Uber Zach, what's up? Welcome to the chat.
And now Esh leads threes.
Such a weird line, right? Check.
Check, and then just
And then lead?
And then lead when the queen comes off.
Is it weird?
I don't think the queen's a good card to lead. And
And Harlan's got ace queen.
Harlan pops him. This is getting weird on both ends of it. Esh could easily have a king here. Oh, yeah, okay, so Esh limps though. That's the thing. How many kings is Esh really limping? Is he limping like king jack, king 10, junk like that, king 9, maybe like king 9 suited? Some crap like that?
Or a crappy little pair.
Yeah. So when he leads, then Harlan thinks my queen's good, so I can raise for
Or-
value, but if they gotta figure your opponents are calling.
Or is Harlan sticky tonight? Are you not going to be able to bluff him? Is he going to call you down light tonight? Is this Harlan feeling fun tonight? Is that what it
If
is?
he is, sign me up, put me on the list.
Seat
Get in the
open.
game, seat open.
I'm just saying, there are nights where Harlan's sticky, right? Or they've had so much history together that Harlan knows
like
he's
any
going-
day that ends in like a Y.
Right? Any day that ends in day. Right?
Carry-
Figure that one out.
Carry the one.
Yeah, exactly. Physics stuff. Or Harlan gets me and knows the sun's gonna burn out. Right?
And
My
it's like,
theory?
Let's set the money on fire.
Let's set money on fire. The sun's burning out.
We love it.
Stones is looking good. It looks like a good turnout for tourney January 29th. Yes, Uber Zach. It was a great turnout. Our tournaments are fantastic. I actually want that one tournament back. That one where you bought it in like level 3. I bought it in level 1.
Yeah.
The accelerator? What was it called?
Amplifier.
Amplifier.
I don't remember.
want it back. It
I
was
was drunk.
hashtag Mimosa Jake.
So Barton 6-5.
Raises to 50. Esh quickly calls. Esh is in no mood for anyone's shit tonight. Esh is playing his hands, and that's that. To a flop. Ace King 10. Pretty wet board.
Esh flops the best of it. Middle pair, inside straight draw.
Can you love it though? Can you love it with this flop?
Bart's got to see bet here. If the opponent ever has a pair of 7s, pair of 8s. Hands like that, you're probably going to fold. Bart's got to bet, but now the hands should be immediately over. Bart bets 80 and Esh pops him.
I told you, Esh is not in the mood tonight. Bart just lets it go.
Raises to 210.
Art. I'm thinking about Art, our casino manager. Bart's not. I don't think he strikes me as a guy that likes to play out of position.
Because he plays poker for a living?
Yes.
Is that what gave it away?
He doesn't like bad spots out of position. How's that? Analysis. Hashtag. Poker Pro Eric in the chat. I love it. If you want to needle anybody, Poker Pro Eric's the guy.
JCW, very observant. It kind of seems to be a theme right now, turning a weak value into a bluff. It's merge night.
Yes, it is merge night. Let's
We're just
do
going to
this.
turn all our hands into bluffs.
All of our weekends into bluffs. That's what we do. Merge our ranges.
We're going to get the draws to call, and we're going to get ace-x to fold.
Yes. Yes. And yes. And we love it. By the way, your love, Matt told me not to say and we love it anymore. He said it's annoying. You're such a dirty bird. Scott ball's in a hand.
Harlan makes it 35. Sorry.
No, it's fine. You do your job. I'll do mine. Queen 6 deuce on the flop. Looks like we're 3-way to a flop. Harlan checks. Adam checks.
Pretty dry board.
Checked
That's why
around.
Harlan didn't take a shot there.
8 of clubs on the turn. Does Harlan slow down with more than heads up?
It would certainly appear so.
Yeah.
He's also out of position.
Although, does your C betting necessarily change when other players are in the pot?
Yes, of course.
Harlan's out of the hand. 9 of diamonds on the turn.
So, AC here, Adam, is taking the ace-10 and just going for it. He's got the best hand. It's interesting because, like, I don't think we're ever going to get our opponent to fold a pair there. And if our opponent has a draw, ace high is good.
1011er, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Nice to see you. Bart Hansen, Scott Ball in the game tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Matt Holtzclaw, Harlan. Those are other big stars. Welcome to the show.
I can't time this guy out. No. How do I delete him?
Bob already did it.
Bob's on it.
Although the answer might have been yes. Oh, I'm just joking. Do you know what I'm joking? I get that joke. What do you want me to do, huh? All right. $5 Annie. It's $5 to bring in. It looks like we're getting a limp out of Esh.
I'm just gonna look at some 6-5 of clubs. Harlan does not like flaccid pot poker. He's gonna make a raise.
Looks like to 60. That's a huge raise, is it not? Am I wrong? Did I not see 2 green chips there?
Looks like 60.
They're telling me not to joke. I'm not going to joke tonight. Yeah, it is a $60 raise. Such a huge raise.
Look how much money's already in the pot.
I know, but it's a...
Look how much money's in the pot.
All right. It just, I'm so used to thinking about blinds, you know?
Right?
Right? Need to adjust. 7-8-8 on the flop.
Pretty good flop for Esh. Open into straight draw, backdoor club draw. It should miss Harlan's opening range by a mile, but then, you know, like we just talked about, it's Harlan. Harlan plays a lot of like 3, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, you know, conquer hands like everything. Checks all the way to Bart with pocket 5s on an 8-8-7. Bart's gonna put a little bit out there.
A little tickler.
Little hey, how you doing?
Yeah. And Esh is in.
Looks like Bart bet 150 or 70. Yeah, Bart bet 150.
Esh says yes. Yes, please. Harlan, you gotta hate ace king there. Scott's folding. Deuce of hearts on the turn. Couldn't be a bigger brick. Check.
I think it's a pretty good standard check back spot for Bart. We can get value from some draws. I mean, but one of the draws he might have is 6-5. However, we're going to have that because we have pocket 5s in our hand. We beat 9-10. We can get value from 9-10. At this point, Bart might be trying to get a pair of 7s to fold. I just don't know if a 7's going to fold on 8-8-7 deuce. As it is, Esh does have one of the hands Bart can get value from, even though Bart has pocket 5s. Esh does have the 6-5. I'm not in love with the bet, but I'm sure Bart knows what he's doing.
I would have checked back there if I was
I kind of feel like we're only getting value from like 9-10.
Yeah.
Or we're trying to get a 7 to fold. I just don't think a 7's going to fold there.
Maybe it's a combo bet. You can maybe get worse to call. No. Mustag in the chat. Welcome to the game. The Brock 21. Waprai said he's coming down for this game. We're waiting. See it open, Waprai.
Prove it.
Yeah. We don't believe you.
Don't know 11 yet. This game pretty much is like a 10 and a quarter in terms of how much money is in pre. Dead money? Absolutely.
I like this. I think I'm a fan.
Annie cash games are wonderful.
They used to
I've never played Annie
spread
only.
them at the World Series, right? And then they stopped.
Tournaments, yeah. But cash games, any cash game with an Annie is
Usually
so much better.
Stud.
So
Stud
much better.
is usually just Annie, is it not?
And a bring it.
And a bring-in. That's what we're doing tonight.
Well, there's always a force, like a blind, like a force bring in. In this, we have no force bet bring in.
Did you say foreskin? Drake RX says, get in the game. Get in the game. Did you bring your roll? Can I borrow some? And then you can go?
Need money? Harlan's gonna limp the button.
What a game. You can come down here to Stone Slide Poker and sit down with Scott Ball, Bart Hansen, and our local heroes, Matt,
Harlan,
Harlan.
Dan, Adam.
Well, you loved them, but, you know, I'm like a Matt Harlan kind of girl. You said Dan.
Dan's a good kid.
$5 to bring in. Let's go. Action's on Matt. You really got to increase your range here. Don't you think, in Matt's spot?
Under the gun?
Like, you got to tighten your range.
No, we decrease.
Decrease,
Right.
sorry.
Yeah, increase. Like no. We don't get wide there.
I meant increase, like as in increase. It's
Oh, like raise the floor. Like
Yeah.
Like, we definitely got to do the tighten up front. Scott's got ace 8 suited. Adam opens for 40. Scott's gonna put in a 3-bet here. Makes it 150 to go.
oh baby, and he gets a lot of respect. Takes it down. It's nothing better than ball rubbing. Oh my! They play a lot of Led Zeppelin here. So you've been playing a lot of cash recently.
Yes.
On top of cashing in, which tournament did you cash in this weekend?
I don't remember. I try to not remember things anymore.
It's fine. We won't talk about it. We can talk about one hand for 3 hours, but you won't talk about your tournament.
It left a bad taste in my mouth. It's a pretty pitter-patter soft field,
She said.
and I got
Why didn't you roll with me tonight? You're not rolling with me.
Bro,
I feel like
bro.
I feel like we used to have a thing, and now we don't have it anymore.
It's because we're not in the booth often enough anymore. It's like
It's
you're
like you're not
sporadic.
used to my jokes. You used to be used to my jokes.
I used to be. Kathy Stahl in the chat. Stally44, what's up?
Kathy and Gina, like pretty much my favorites. Like you can't do better. $50 raise. Let's go. Adam's got ace queen.
Run cake in the chat. In the game, in the chat.
What's up with that? Focus on the game, rum cake. Call out a Harlan.
Sly Crack says I'm gun shy. Really? Can you see the way I played on the stream? I'm gun shy now.
You can't redeem yourself ever. 4-8 jack on the flop. Check.
Inside straight
check.
draw by Dan. Dan's had inside straight draw, backward diamond draw. He was the pre-flop aggressor here.
So check to Harlan. Harlan's leading up.
Now we think Harlan might have some folds here. Actually, wouldn't mind seeing a check raise from Dan with inside straight draw, backward diamond draw. Well, I think Harlan, we mentioned Harlan can get pretty sticky. And I think Dan's right. Just like just a cold fold is fine. Scott's still in the hand. Can't see what he's got.
He's got his hand on the reader. Not sure what's going on. Just a call.
The line's not going to move. The line's the money line.
Jack of diamonds on the turn. Pairs the board. Now there's a potential for a flush draw. Dan folded, right?
They're calling me to go play.
You should go play. We need to find someone to sit in the booth with me.
I think JFK might.
You actually gonna play? Go. Go. We all want.
Whenever we get in the booth
I
together.
want to see you burn money so bad.
I lit some money on fire last night. Holy shit, did I light some money on fire last night?
Shh, don't swear.
Don't do that.
I'll bet Scott calls. Scott's got ace queen. Is he good?
Scott just runs him down or calls him down cold with ace queen high.
I'm just gonna say he looks more handsome now to me.
I'm gonna take a leak. I mean, I'm gonna go see Man About a Horse.
Bring back some water with you. Scott calls down Harlan with ace high and is good. Ladies and gentlemen, that's called soul reading. That's called soul reading. Only Scott Ball. And then rum cake needles with a little high in the chat. Sly Cry, yeah, our graphics are a little bit, we're having a few issues with it, so I'm sure the graphics will get fixed soon. Bob's on the case. We got Ray coming in the booth. Not in the booth. In like the dealer booth. What's up, JFK Stones?
It's been a very long time since I sat in the booth with Angry Pollock.
Are you like coming here to fire me?
Yes,
Okay.
time to go.
They're gonna riot. I'm just telling you.
They probably would.
Disjunctives, logisms, what is up? Nice to see you. Missed you. Haven't seen you in a little while. Technical question in an ante-only cash game: How do they handle a player that is away from the table? Is he forced to pay the ante while away from the table?
No, they are not. And if we had a player that we felt was abusing the situation, like leaving when they're in bad positions, only coming back and playing, we would definitely talk to them and let them know that that type of angle is not okay. But giving someone like a miss blind or something like that doesn't work too, because you're putting in an ante every single hand.
Yeah.
So yeah, our hope is that the players just don't take advantage.
You know, we love and respect them all, so I'm sure they'll act accordingly.
See,
It's been a fun game. Like, they're raising quite a bit every single time. Oh, I thought Jake was going in the game.
I thought he was too. Oh, he is. He needs money. I guess you need money to play in this game. That's what I hear.
No? So Alex bets 45. Harlan calls. Harlan checks to Alex. Alex leads out here. I didn't see how much it was. Looks like $80. See a turn. Ace of diamonds on the turn. Now Alex and Harlan both have top pair. Alex got him notched. Harlan checks to Alex again. Alex leads out, thinking that if Harlan's got a weak ace, he's going to call him down. Bets 150. Harlan calls quickly. 7 of clubs on the river. Alex has got to feel good about this hand. Harlan's checked to him both streets. Now again, I believe he checked to him. You have to feel good with top pair right here. I hope Alex makes a good enough. I like to overbet this. Looks like it's 350. Harlan quickly calls with top pair. Sees the bad news. Pay that man his money. Pay that man his money. And give him an Oreo cookie.
So I'm trying to get Jake locked off of this computer. I think his soul is in this computer, because no matter what I do, should I just chat as Jake? Should I just chat as Jake tonight?
Yeah, you should like say all kinds of obscene things and then get kicked out like Bob.
I want to do something
Bob kicks me
different.
out.
Every
time Jake leaves himself logged in, I say stupid stuff, and then Bob like gets mad at me and like puts me over his knee.
So what do you think of this so far? Do you like it?
I love it. There's been a lot of action. I don't know if it's Bart and Scott that you know, sometimes when you have big name players in the game, it drives a little bit more action. People want to play with them. I don't know if that's the reason why.
17 years ago,
I'm just checking to see, is Jake in that game?
I believe he's going in, yeah.
I see that seat empty, and I'm going to be mad if he left the booth and didn't sit down.
Well, the deal only works if he goes to that game.
Yeah, like he's going to go play in a 1-3 right now.
I feel like, get your ass back in here. He was eyeballing that 1-3 on table 10. It's got a pretty fat stack.
I know, he wanted to call in sick. I'm like, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah. These weird commitments, right?
Action's on Adam. Looks like he's reaching for chips. Looks like Adam's putting in a raise. Everybody's folded to him. He's got an ace. He says, whatevs. I didn't see what I didn't see it was $5. Maybe it was just a limp. Ace, queen, 10. What a wet board. 2 hearts. Adam's hit top pair here. Dan's hit a queen. Checked around. Deuce of hearts on the turn. Now it completes a flush draw. Adam's got the ace of hearts. Top pair. Not flush draw. 5 of clubs on the river. Mustak Jake is going to go play in the game. We hope. I don't see him there yet. I'm actually...
I can go grab him by the collar and drag him over there.
Yeah, if he's not playing in the game, then tell him to get his butt back in the booth.
What the hell?
Why do you have like such smooth baby skin? How did you do that? How many baby kittens? How many baby kittens do you eat
Look
a
how
week?
smooth my hands are.
Are you Tom Cruise?
Check it out.
Are you Tom Cruise?
I might be. You know what this is? This is a
Did you know how you said that? Might be.
This is a product of over 30 years of avoiding physical labor right here. They're beautiful. They're absolutely beautiful.
They are. You don't even have a vein in your hand.
I know, they're like big man hands too. They're not like Donald Trump hands.
A nurse for many years. I have old woman hands.
Oh, your hands are fine.
No one cares when the lights are out. That's all I have to say.
That's true. I mean,
as long as you
put a bag over her head and go to town, right?
Yes. I was about to say something worse. Ash raises to Forley. Harlan quickly calls because he likes it. It's pretty. Matt's reaching for chips. A little bit of a raise, and we love it. Matt 3-bets to 165. Yes, yes, and yes. I want it, and I want it now.
What's up, Bill from SAC? Yes, we do indeed have an open seat. If you come on down, we'll get you in the game. 1 left right now.
Harlan's gonna fold this. Bill from SAC is giving Rick from Barstow a run for his money. Ship it to Matt. I love it. Why are you messing with my sound?
Just I'll get it back for you. I'm here to make Veronica happy. That's
Jake's
my only...
actually sitting in this game.
He's in which game?
He's in this game.
Oh, okay, good. You had me worried for a second. Would he do that? He wouldn't do that. Come on, Jake's a good guy.
Canadian Shooter says he makes all of his dates wear JFK Stone's mask. Can I please have my sound back?
I'm working on it.
He comes in the booth and he messes with everything.
That's true. Very touchy. Is it back?
Yes. Is it in? Yes.
You have to ask that's bad.
Cards are in the air, ladies and gentlemen. Action's on Bart.
All right, we're live.
Had dinner with Bart last night. Took him to a really cool sushi restaurant. Bart's actually a nice guy, but he likes to just like strip too much. Tried to get naked at dinner.
This sounds more like you.
Yeah, it was me. Sorry. Why you gotta mess with my game? Don Duo, 111er. What's up? Nice to see you. Harlan raises to 35. Harlan raises to 35. Dan 3-bets and takes it down. You know what's so weird?
Tell me.
The guys that are on the stream all the time, I feel like I know them because I watch them play and I talk about them for 3 hours a night. And then when I see them in real life, but I've never talked to them, it's weird. So
Why is it weird?
Because I saw
Like
Dan
awkward?
tonight, yeah, and I'm like, well, I know Dan. I watch Dan. I feel like I'm stalking Dan right now.
I watched.
But like, I've never had a conversation with him. It's weird.
I've had a couple of situations where I was just in here working, and someone that I've never met would walk up to me and start having a conversation with me, and it would click a couple minutes. You think I play it off, like, oh yeah, and then what happened?
because you watch the show.
Right, and he's actually was continuing a conversation that we were having on the show.
Yes.
But like in his mind, like it was a two-way conversation, so it was like kind of a mind trip for me because it's like when I realized what was happening, I'm like, you're having a conversation with me that got started like 2 weeks ago, and like
In
this
the
is
chat,
this
yeah.
is my first time meeting you.
Ash bets $60. Can't see his card. Scott Ball's got a 10-7, and maybe Bart will give him some love. No, Bart's not giving him love. I'm gonna grab some water.
Can you get me some too?
No.
Oh, finally got rid of her. Whew. Everyone enjoying this game so far tonight? This is kind of a new idea that we thought up to do a ante-only cash game, playing bigger so far I think than our 10-25, because if you think if it was a full table, you're blinding off 45 around. I guess I shouldn't say blinding off, it's anteing off. So just checking it out. If the players like it, if you guys like it, we might run it every other month or so. So make sure you chime in on the chat. Let us know what you think. If there's any differences, upgrades, changes that you might make if you were the guy that made those changes.
Shani LOL, what's up? Honey, your skin looks like butter. I can see it through the stream.
She
Nice to
said
see
stream.
you. The Brock 21. Welcome to the game. Harlan's got ace queen and a bit of heart tonight. That's 45. Let's go. 85 in the pot so far. I've been admiring Scott Ball on the stream.
Have you been getting your ball love? Yeah,
Love
ball
it.
loving?
Oh,
going on?
I love it.
Plenty of it?
9-7 deuce on the flop. Esh is the only caller. Esh is Harlan's #1 customer tonight, if you haven't noticed.
Esh is not afraid to mix it up and get in the mix and get dirty.
Nothing better than a man that likes to get dirty. Harlan's got a flush draw now. Queen. Checked on the flop. Now Harlan's going to lead out on this turn.
This is a very interesting card because it technically gives Esh the lead with the pair, but Harlan with 2 overs and a flush draw also in good shape. And boom,
Ding.
boom, there it is.
You're welcome.
You like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
If it was Justin Kelly sitting here, he would have done it with me. He would have been in stereo.
Bango, bango?
Yeah. Whoops. No, we sing. We actually sing and rap
Yeah,
sometimes on the stream.
I'm different.
But yes, you most certainly are.
You love me for me,
There's many things I love you for.
but not that.
Well, I didn't say that. You said that.
Behold, the chip stack of Harlan.
That's one of them.
I feel like I'm gonna on Halloween wear a wizard hat and a cape and be like, behold, the chip stack of doom.
I like it. You should just dress like that every day, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'll wear it next time we go live. Disjunctive Logisms loves this format. Gonna ask his local casino to try this format too. Good luck. I mean, this game is actually huge. If you're running a regular 25-50 or 10-25, then maybe this will fit in. This is actually a big game. It feels small because you're saying, oh, it's a $5 ante. But think about how much you're paying every round.
Is this like what your dates say to you? It's actually really big. It just feels small. But trust me, it's really, really big.
Well played, sir.
Thank you,
Well
thank you.
played.
Just
Scott.
listen to what I'm saying.
Scott Ball giving the game some lovin'. $40 bet with the pocket threes.
No, I've noticed most of the opens have been right around the $40 range, correct?
Except for Harlan. Harlan likes to
Harlan
give us. He went to 60.
Harlan is always a little above and beyond. Yeah. Did you see him on
Did you
Poker
see
Night
Esh?
in America? Did you
I
see
did,
his action?
and he was wearing a Stones hat.
I heard
Esh
they made him
3
take
bets
it off.
110.
Is that
Esh
true?
3 bets 110. Queen 9-4 on the
He
flop.
doesn't want to talk about it.
Scott's ahead here. Scott's got the only pair. I can't remember the flop if Esh In a flush draw? I'm just trying to understand why his equity's so ahead. No, yeah, so Scott's ahead here. Except he folds.
So I just want to say to all of our viewers and players that we love everyone, and if you want to come in from another stream or another room and
We even love you.
and wear their logo,
We won't make you
okay.
take off that hat.
you can do it.
Like other places make them take off Stone's hats.
Wear whatever hat you want when you come here. It's okay. We're gonna let it.
We
we're
don't
gonna let it
discriminate.
happen.
We
Just let
love
it
you
happen.
for you.
Just close your eyes and let it happen.
Feel good.
It feels good.
Yeah. Yeah, Harlan's wearing a Stones hat
It doesn't
on
even say
Poker Night in
Stones. It
America.
just has the four.
And they made him take it off.
That's what we call.
You know what I would have said?
That's what we
I would
call
have said,
hunters.
stick it up your ass. That's what I would have said.
You would have said that?
Yes.
You know.
I would have worn it.
You know that they actually found players for their stream from watching our show.
No.
That's
That's why they got Kelly,
You gotta
right?
treat us. You gotta treat us as good as we treat you.
Show me a little respect,
Come
huh?
play on Stones Live. Wear whatever you want to wear.
And then end up on Poker Night in America like Kelly.
We're like the gateway. We're the gateway poker stream.
We're the marijuana of drugs.
That's right. Just like marijuana is the gateway to heroin.
Obviously, because
Obviously.
that's what everyone does. Heroin.
Hey, there's a poker hand going on.
No, it's just getting dealt. I would have
Okay,
stopped
all
you.
right. No, I'm.
I know. I'm keeping you in line. It's
getting hot.
Adam, under the gun. I'm gonna keep you in line. Don't you worry.
Thank you. Can you, if I get out of line, will you slap me?
JB Darts. I've been telling everyone that math for a month, and no one believes me. Looks like Scott is gonna give us some ball loving. A little bit of a race to 40, and I love it.
I want to see the giant moose hat. I will give you bonus chips if you make it
Harlan
happen.
just calls. Scott's got an ace-3 suited, 2 a flop, jack-3 deuce. Scott picks up middle pair. Harlan's got ace-10. Scott's ahead. He was the original pre-flop aggressor. He's going to continue here.
He was ahead in the last hand, and Esh was able to take it away from him too.
Yeah, but position. Well, no, he did have position on S.
Here's what I'm saying. He will respond to aggression, and hopefully, for his sake, the players at the table don't pick that up because this game already fosters an aggressive play style.
I love it. Kelly would be great for this game.
I know, and I wish we could have got her here. It's difficult for her to play on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
She plays usually in our Monday games.
Canadian Shooter said marijuana is the gateway to roulette Doritos. Yes. Whatever that means. Can you show me your tips? Can I have them? Ladies and gentlemen, behold the chip stack of
You won
Jake.
already? Are you back? You're coming back? All right. I guess it wasn't that fun.
Oh my God, these chips are. This is $300 just sitting in my pocket. Just put it in my pocket. Don't take it away from me. I love it. Did someone big sit down? Like whale?
No, I literally didn't plan.
Why?
We'll figure it out later.
Reasons.
We'll figure it out later.
Jake bought in for $10,000. Why are you so serious? Don't be serious around me. That's not how we work. There's
It's not.
water here.
It's good.
We have a bill from SAC in the game, by the way.
Is it our bill? Our favorite bill?
I don't know.
We may never know.
Bill, is this our bill? Of course he's going to say yes.
Did I miss anything good?
No, nothing really too big.
Bill says if I get in, he's coming in. Is this Bill the Bill?
Every bill's the bill. Like, how can you verify that you're not the bill? The
For
bill.
the right amount of money, I can be anything you want me to be.
Bart looks like he's in this game. Bart raises to 50, gets raised from Esh. Esh is in no mood for your stuff, Bart. And Esh is in a good spot against Bart. He's got position on him. He's also got position on Scott Ball. I want to be in that seat, but then you've also got Harlan and Matt to your left.
To make life a little bit difficult.
10-7-4, 2 clubs. Bart,
Here we go.
Bart
fluffs not flush draw. Esh is open-ended. We should see some chips go in the middle. Bart checks.
This is something we live for. Live and die for.
285 in the pot.
What do you bet? Do you over bet this pot?
No.
Why?
We want to keep value hands in a range. We wouldn't just be bombing the pot here. If we had like top set, I mean, there's a flush draw, there's straight draws on the board, but if we had like pocket tens here, we wouldn't be like over betting pot.
Yeah.
So we're trying to keep all our value hands in a range. Plus,
Except when we are.
Except for when we are. Looks like he bets about 175.
Bart's still thinking about what he's going to do.
The problem with check raising here is it kind of narrows
Your range.
our hands.
Yeah.
Bart's going to go ahead and put in the check raise.
Raise to 575. 425 to call. Wow. Esh is not giving up. He looks like he's reaching for chips. What are you thinking here if you're Esh? What is going on? Why are there so many people in this booth? 8 of spades on the turn. Now Esh picks up a pair. He's still open-ended.
If Bart thinks that Esh can fold jacks plus, another barrel here would make sense. Whereas after we check raise, checking again is just kind of awkward, so we kind of have to lead again, right? There's now 1,400 in the pot. Bart's cutting out chips. Bart's just going to can we make Esh fold jacks plus? Or can we get him to fold a 10?
Wow. And he's gonna barrel this turn. Did he say 1,050?
That's roughly 2/3 pot. And
1.1K. Esh looks like he's going nowhere. Esh isn't even contemplating going anywhere. Esh is just counting chips. JD Dart says good bet. Mustak thought it was going to be 900. No, it's a little more. I like it, right? It's a good bet sizing.
we love it.
Can Esh fold? Can Esh fold a pair and open-ended here? What is Esh putting Bart on right now? That's a question. It's not rhetorical.
So Bart opened and got 3-bet, if I'm not mistaken, pre-flop, right? So
Yes.
and then Bart after check raising flop, he
Check raising turn.
open and 3-betting. So Bart can still have all the sets. He can have 10s, 7s, 4s. Bart still has
Sorry,
all
check
the
raising flop.
Bart still has all the sets in his range.
Wow.
He can have clubs.
Now what's Bart thinking?
Now Bart's thinking I'm in deep shit.
That river. Does he stop here now, or
There's
does he
3,500 in the
bomb?
pot.
Does
Look
he,
how Esh does not have enough back where you think we can make a fold. If he called 1050 on the turn, the queen doesn't change much. He's not folding for another 1,200.
so Bart essentially has to. Yeah, Esh doesn't have that much behind.
At this point, I mean, if Bart knew the hand that Esh had, Bart would have no problem stuffing it here. He's going to do it. Wow, Jesus
Wow!
Christ.
Oh, I love Bart. Oh. What a sick puppy. What a game. I'm so happy to see that stuff. The stuff is so much better than a check. Oh,
It's as if Bart knows the exact hand. He's putting Esh on the
Yes.
exact hand that he has.
he does know that.
I mean, this is a 3-bet pot. There's no reason to think that Esh can't have jacks plus here. And if you think our opponent's going to call the turn,
Oh, this is why we love Bart. This is why we love
Wow.
Bart. Well played. Amazing. And I love it. Do you love it?
the thing for Bart, I mean, we're blocking bluffs, we're blocking clubs, which sucks. I mean, it'd be worse if we had a hand like 9x of clubs, because then we're like blocking all the bluffs, I'm sorry, blocking all the draws that our opponent can have. Man, How does Bart pull that one off?
Because he's Bart.
Thank you.
How do you? Can I have some money? Cards are in the air, ladies and gentlemen. We got a 5-5 Annie only game. It's $5 to bring in, and the game's getting big. Looks like $40 raise out of Esh. Esh is in no mood tonight.
No.
He doesn't feel like folding, and what's worse, what's more loose than a man that's stuck? Nothing.
Me with 5 glasses of wine.
Besides that.
Besides that.
Nothing. Besides Jake with 5 glasses of wine. Matt, 3 bets to 150. Esh is like, bring it. Yes, please. Let's play. I'm not in the mood. Queen 10-7. Esh checks over to Matt. Matt C-bets here. A jack would give Matt Broadway. What's Esh doing? Is he just tilting? Why just the call? Is he just floating this to try to take it on the turn?
He's jack hunting. He's just jack hunting.
If a jack comes, it would ruin his life.
He doesn't know that.
Oh! Why does he? If he thinks he's good, why does he check? He loses value here if he thinks he's good.
Because the jack should also improve Matt's range, and he might be able to check raise Matt and commit him.
Oh, this is just going to be death and destruction. Is he just? He's not just going to call, right? Is he? He's just going to call?
We stuff it.
Yeah, he's going to stuff it. He has to stuff it.
We have to stuff it. There it is. There's the all-in. Matt flicking the chip.
Oh, so gross. Esh, baby, honey, baby. Fuck. I mean, it happens. It happens. Rick and Barca says Esh is having a Wap-Bry stretch.
Oh, yes. Wow, that's a needle.
Yes, it happens. What are you doing there, lingering? Look at Jake lingering. Could you wear any more dark colors?
I have an even blacker shirt in my car, I'm pretty sure.
Just in case that one just doesn't do it?
Yeah. Darkness. Esh seems a little tilted to me, and so do you. Stop! Talk to me, Linda. I'm alive.
No, you're not allowed elastics. No, stop. Just let's go. Let's talk. Esh seems a little tilted to me.
If you turn or you river second nut and over the nut, you get a little tilted. I've been in that spot many times myself, and
Why does he not call Bart's river bet there? What did the river change that the turn had?
It wasn't that the river. Like Ash had already decided that Bart was ahead and that he needed to hit his draw. He needed to hit his straight. So once he didn't hit a straight, he already said Bart's at, and he gives up. Yeah.
So he must have put Bart on a 10 or better.
Yes.
So Harlan raises, and
he probably would have called off if he would have hit another 8. I don't know if he would have called off if he would have hit 2 pair, because I would have put 7, 8, 9, 10 on the board. But
so Bart bets to 50. Harlan, I believe, raised him. Esh calls. Harlan raises.
Harlan 3-bet the 7s.
To 200, and now Scott Ball, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Ball calls 200. Bart sees money in the pot, and Esh is like, "I'm not in the mood, bitches. Let's go."
4-way action. There's already $800 in the pot. $845 in the pot.
How much do you love this game? This game's minimum like 12 out of 10.
Nine is 3, 2 spades.
Yes, what he said.
So Harlan 3-bet this board.
It's not a bad board for Harlan.
No, it's not.
It's pretty dry, I think.
And if you're a pot, you can't expect our opponents to have, a lot of, deuces. You have deuces and threes, I guess. Really pocket nines, spade draws. Other than that, sevens not only should probably be ahead on this board, but we also might be able to get, pocket eights to fold.
Yes. So kind of like merging your betting range, right?
Yeah, doing a lot of stuff.
Doing
Harlan is 475, and this should get through. He's got the best hand. It's a pretty good board when you 3-bet sevens.
Harlan's crushing poker lately. It's that Lucky Stones hat.
It's the hat. It's science.
You read my mind. How did you do that?
I'm telepathetic.
I always thought you were telepathetic. I always thought you had ESPN, but now I know it's telepathetic. Ladies and gentlemen, any only game. What? Nobody does this. We do it here at Stones Live. $5 ante, and it's a $5 to bring in. Action starts where the small blind typically would be sitting. Stop. No.
Service on 11,
no,
please.
no.
Ash under the gun makes it 35 to go with Jack 7 of clubs.
Ash is pissed and tilting.
I'm sorry, makes it 40 to go.
There's your backpack. Jake's backpack is in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Encrypted methods. What's up? Welcome to the game. Telepathetic. Damn right.
That is our Bill. Bill from SAC.
X bets 40.
Oh my god.
It's
No,
Bart.
Scott did not. Did Scott call no?
No, Bart's his only customer. Jack 3-3 on the flop.
Jack is good.
Did Scott Ball have a 3?
Yeah, he did. But he didn't call free.
The Brock 21 says Esh needs to step out and have a smoke. Yep. There's a lot of marijuana going around in California. Maybe he should relax with some of that. I'm just saying, everywhere I go, every other city we go, every other video, no matter where I go, I see the same hole.
I'm really white.
You don't know that song?
I just, of course I did.
Pocket Tables tab says, if that backpack could talk, it would tell you bad beat stories. Well played, sir. Well played.
I flunked the full house and lost 50 pounds. I don't like this shit.
You gotta ask cheaper than everybody else.
Stroke your beard.
Matt opens for 40 with the ace queen.
Gets no love. I'm kind of disappointed. I guess he's wearing Miami Dolphins hat. You guys have had a thing about that, like talking about his Miami Dolphins stuff.
It's not the trash. We're both sports fans.
He's normally wearing Sacramento Kings gear, which is fine with me, but the Miami Dolphins, I don't know.
Some people have, have their, like
Problems.
Problems. I mean, people out there got like foot fetishes and like stuff. I mean,
Yeah, like everyone's got a problem. Matt, I thought Matt was perfect, but now I'm realizing
No, he's a
not.
Dolphins fan.
Yeah, he's a Dolphins fan.
Chips on 11,
Sorry,
please.
Matt. Chips on 11. I just want a shirt that says table 11.
Girl at BB.
Right?
It's strong. That's all you need.
Chips
We
on 11.
know what happens on table 11.
A lot of bad things, a lot of good people.
Well played, sir. $5 to bring in. Of course, we know it won't be that much. It will be more. Jake's negotiating a deal for his chips. Wow, I haven't seen much out of Alex tonight. Alex is putting in a race to 40. Pocket eights. Harlan's going to give him some action. Harlan says, I'll be your number one customer.
Harlan.
To a flop. Jack 5-3, 2 hearts. Alex is ahead here, pocket eights. Harlan's got the only heart. Did Harlan just ask him how much he has left? Come on, it's a cash game.
Harlan calls with deuces on check. Here's a fun card. The 4 comes off, giving Harlan an opening to straight draw. It's also a bad card for Alex. That would make 2 pair with a lot of hands. Harlan might call there 5-4, 3-4.
Service on 11, please.
Also add equity to hands like 5-6. 6-7 of hearts got there. Check that fold. Once again, that card is much better for Harlan's calling range than it is for Alex's opening range. And someone's going to see what a check 3-5 board on, then check the turn.
I've bluffed one freaking time. Tried to bluff. I'm telling you, you should know better. I never bluffed it.
I'll put the chips away. I'm sorry. I'm putting them away. Look, they're done.
I'm just trying to like. So what's going on?
Hey, how have you been?
Normally, you really enjoy talking about poker to me.
I really do.
So do the straddle. Let's talk. What's going on? Tell me about the last hand. You know what? There's something going on with Jake because normally I can't get him to shut up about poker. I literally like, he'll call me, I'll put myself on mute, go to the bathroom for like 25 minutes, he's still talking pre-flop action, and then I'll make some food. 30 minutes later, he's still talking turn.
By then we then got to the turn.
Yeah, maybe we got to the turn. So like 2 hours later, I take a nap, I've eaten, watched part of a movie, Jake's done, and asked me what I think.
So Alex opening him out of the pot here. He makes it 40 to go with the 8 of hearts. Esh calls with ace 10, flops top. Everyone's so speculative in the chat.
I love it. I actually love it. I love when they're like, when they're trying to one-up you.
Good luck.
I love. Yeah, I was rapping Ghost of M. That was Tupac. If you don't know, now you know. So what happened here, Jake? Reasons? Why are you so secretive?
I'll tell you later.
We're all BFFs in the chat. We've all cuddled naked, like all 250 of us together.
That's what they have up on my draft.
We got a new hand, ladies and gentlemen. Ray's still dealing. Love me some Ray. Ray gave me a book to read. I still haven't read it.
What are you
We're
doing?
doing a book exchange.
Okay.
Ray and I have to read his book. I gotta bring him my book. $40 raise. Looks like Esh. Esh is pissed. Esh is pissed. He's raising to 40 with an ace 3. Harlan calls. Matt calls to a flop. Ace Jack Queen. Ace Queen Jack.
Harlan's got an inside straight draw, nothing much else. Matt flops a pair with backdoor diamond draw, backdoor and a straight draw. Checks through. Matt now picks up his diamond draw. Harlan's now open-ended. And Esh, with his pair of aces, is going to take the lead here. He bets 100. Harlan's probably not folding. And now Matt cannot fold. Matt rests his head on his hand in bewilderment. No, I'm sorry, Harlan made it 350 to go.
Yes.
Esh bets 100. I don't know if I like this play by Harlan. Esh hasn't been seeming like he likes to hold a lot of hands. And I don't think on that board, we're going to get him to lay down a lot. He's going to have one pair and a straight draw almost every time. In this case, or at least, top pair, which he does. And I'm not sure Esh is going to be much in the mood. Soon let's say he's not going to be in the mood to fold. Of course, Esh does. Esh folds. How? How do I just not know anything about everything?
I've never seen it.
Okay.
I thought you were going to.
It'll be okay. I was going to, but
better.
then
Then you remembered that you don't know where I've been.
I don't want the head on my finger.
Makes sense.
Second Doctor, Tooth Doctor, what's up? Welcome to the chat. How do I make up names so badly? Secondeth Doctor.
Seconded? Oh my God, what is seconded?
It's Tooth Doctor. Tooth Doctor.
Oh, Harlan, turn this straight.
But Stack's not a cop. Don't believe him in the chat, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, Harlan didn't turn this straight.
He did not turn this straight. He was open-ended on the turn.
Ace Queen Jack, he turned straight. Eight on the turn.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he did.
You and I were somewhere else.
I don't know what's going on.
Esh bets 50. Harlan calls. Queen 9-6 on the flop.
He turns it straight, and I'm like, he's open-ended.
That happens to all of us. It just shows that you're human and not a bot.
Yes, that much is like very true. Renman 2000, usually.
You're funny. I'm gonna kill you last. Well played, Mustache. You actually belong in our booth. I feel like you've got that. You've got it.
Ash takes it down.
Redman 2000, we are not. We're classy broads. How often do you get Bart Hansen and Scott Ball in a game?
Not that often.
No, maybe Poker Night in America. Or Stone Side Poker.
Sounds live.
Remember when he got caught
11, please.
banging the cleaning lady?
By the way, this dealer's my boyfriend. I just,
Thomas?
I've admitted it to the world. My husband's aware. Thomas is my boyfriend. He makes me food, cooks me pork chops. How can I not love him?
Oh, you won't get fired.
He made you pork chops?
Yes. Homemade pork chops and green beans. He loves me.
I get no love.
GA,
In the hood.
tell Ray I need my
Disjunctive logisms. Communist Poland was the hood.
Ray, he's at the podium.
Ghost of M, I did reference Tupac and then quote Biggie. I'm glad someone in the chat got that. Because if you don't know, now you know. It was the 90s. Let's see a hand. You're somewhere else tonight, so I'll just leave this show.
You usually do.
Wow. 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 You just gotta go there, right? You just gotta be like that. Think I don't know?
I think I don't know. Action folds around a mat.
That's reaching for chips. Probably 40, like it always has been.
Raise and take it down. A lot of money on the table. We're not seeing, I mean, aside from some of the pots that Esh is in and it gets mixed up where Harlan's, splashing around, we're not seeing like a ton of action.
Esh is Harlan's and Bart's #1 customer. You know when you have a customer at the table? You know.
When you play poker.
Yes. And I have customers too.
Yes, you do. Very much so.
Lots. He's a customer tonight.
I think we all get those, like, have those nights where we turn into customers.
Yes.
My night was last night,
Yes.
where I was everyone's customer.
Yes. You were the whale.
I was, yeah.
And the fact that you can notice when you go into whale mode is a good thing.
It was fun though.
Yes, it is fun spewing.
Setting money on fire is a blast.
I don't like money. I like setting it on fire.
Spending money is fun.
No. Not spending it on anything good and setting it on fire in the casino is better.
I concur. So
That's
Alex
why we're
now is going to open up to 40 with a 7-8 off. Bar's going to come along with 5s. It's a mixed call.
Heads up to a flop. Ace, ace, 3.
Retarded Ricky spent all day trying to burn a quarter.
Alex, C-bets here. 60. Bart can't hate his hand right now. It's one of those hit or miss flops.
If one of the spots where Bart was out of position, he'd probably check fold as is. He's in a position, so he's going to call here and see what Alex does in turn. Now the king, that might change things up.
Alex checks here. Bart
Probably
knows.
go check.
But Bart can
Now
sense
Bart could
a
bet here
little
and
bit
try
of
to get
weakness.
Alex to fold 6s plus. I think check back pretty standard. Alex gets there, finds an 8. Now Alex plans to get the showdown. Check, check. And Bart sees the bad news.
I'll be right back.
LC, where's LC? Disjunctive syllogism. Oh, Lake Charles. Ash has got the button in his hand. Harlan will kick things off here. 8-7 under the gun. And Harlan's gonna go ahead and open up 8-7 offsuit. Super under the gun. Out of the effective small blind. Dan's gonna make the call with the ace-8 suited. Scott's gonna fold worse diamonds. Bart's gonna go ahead and call with a 10-7 off in position. 4-way. And Esh on the button hits all the 4s. It checks through and a 3 comes off. Dan picks up a gut shot, but he'd be worse to Ash. He's trying to a better straight, as well as having trip 4s. Ash puts in a little bet and gets it through.
It's just me.
BK Thompson 24. Let's see some more Omaha.
Oh, right?
BK Thompson 24 is one of the ones that we had was on our list for playing Dramaha, but we never got it going. We still have yet to get that game going. And you know, I keep talking about it. I want a Dramaha, but I can't get.
No one loves you.
No one loves me. Because that's why there's no Jake and Friends stream. There's Veronica and Friends. Also because you get everyone drunk, and I don't do that. I get everyone tilted.
Oh yeah, that's the only reason.
That was in San Jose, so.
And because you put together like the most like.
You're
like,
banned
juicy
from Veronica and
events.
Friends.
Guys, I don't know. Like, what do you think? Veronica says I'm banned from Veronica and Friends. Should I be banned from Veronica and Friends?
Have you ever seen a bigger knit? I have the best lineup. Like Gina and Kathy, pretty much the funnest people at the game. Matt bets 40 with an ace queen suited. Bart calls ace jack. Ash says, yes, please, Jack 9 of hearts, and we go 3-way to a flop. We don't charge extra. King 10, 5, 2 clubs.
Everyone's got a straight draw.
That's the only one with a backdoor flush draw.
Bill from Sac wants to know where's his invite. How has Bill not been invited?
Well,
The greatest Bill of all time.
there's several ways you can be invited to my game.
Matt bets 110. Bart makes a call, and Ash comes along as well. Oh, Jesus. Bart makes Broadway, and once again, Ash finds himself making the second best straight. Matt makes a pair of queens, and a 3-way action on that board. We do not love our hand.
If you've ever watched a dumpster fire, you're welcome. Here you go.
And things are not going well for Ash.
It's one of those nights, it happens to all of us. If you've ever played poker on a consistent basis, you've had the dumpster fire happen to you.
Bart bets 300, and he sees Ash stacking chips. Happy birthday to Bart. Ash makes it 800 to go. Bart has a jack of clubs in his hand, which means it's nearly impossible for him to be, or it's impossible for him to be getting free rolled right now.
Bart's I think he might be thinking, does he have the same hand or does he have the bottom end of this straight?
Well, that's what's beautiful about having the jack of clubs here is that it's impossible for us to be getting free rolled. We can never have the ace jack of clubs.
Yeah. So
we can just get the monies in if we think that, we can
Yes.
whatever line we think is going to be the best way to get the money in. We can do so without fear. Because he never has a set of queens here. We don't have to worry about the board pairing. We got to figure out with our effective stack sizing how do we get all the monies in. Ash just got about 3 back. Bart's gonna put on the whole act. And he stuffs it.
Ash is like, can it really be this bad? Can
Poker
it really
player,
be this
stop.
bad?
Just stop. Bart isn't Hollywooding these. Put it away. Ash makes a call, and he's in a world of hurt. And sometimes it's just not our night. And Bart is considering moving up here to Northern California. This is what we keep. Every time that Bart comes up here, he comes up here.
Last
hammers
night I
out
was
these
like,
games.
Bart, get down here.
Cost of living so much like cheaper here than LA.
Yeah. Move out of that 400 square foot basement suite.
Yeah.
I'm just joking. I don't think he lives in a 400 square foot basement suite. It's, I think, 450 feet.
What we're being told is that the discussion is that they might be deciding to change the game
To a 510.
to 510 with still maintaining the antes.
I like it. Let's
I like
do
it. 510 with the 5 ante. A big ante game is great.
Annie's with a 510 makes the game even bigger. Let's go. I mean, like the amount of money that's in the pot pre-flop. Canadian Shooter, if you ever want to come up to play Veronica and Friends, I will get you in the game. I'll buy you dinner. I might buy you more than dinner. I might buy you some drinks too. I'm a good person.
I'd say so. So I think we're going to kick the game up to 510, possibly this hand or next.
If you don't,
We are going to keep the $5 ante, by the way.
if you don't love a short-handed, deep cash game, you don't love poker.
You don't have poker.
Right?
Yeah.
I actually love this right now. Dan looks like he's opening up the action to 30. Sorry, 40. Gets action out of Harlan. Jack 9 deuce on the flop. Canadian shooter, that is valid. Canadians do always show up pre-liquored. Are you Canadian?
I can be.
Yes, on weekends.
Don't ban Jake.
Color up on 11.
Strong Odor 43 says his part is not married. They want to marry him.
Sounds good. I'll let him know.
Okay, so Scott's proposing to change the game from 5-10 game with $5 ante still. Is that what everybody wants it to do?
So here's it. We are going to change the game to 5-10 with the ante. It's even better.
If you want to come in, we can change it back.
It's going to put 60 in the pot, 3, or not 60, 1, 2, 3, 30, and it'll still be 45 in the pot. 45 in the pot, but with blinds.
If someone wants to play the other formats,
Color up on 11. In the room for I've been trying. Yeah, I've been working hard. It's too big for people.
I love six-handed poker. There used to be a six-handed tournament I played every Sunday at the casino back home. Oh, beautiful. Six Max is...
It teaches you to have gears. Teaches you to think deeper levels of poker. It's all you play online. They're taking my things from me. They're taking all my things.
Give me your other things. Put your ring back on, your money, marriage money ring later. No, after. After. Everything's confiscated right now. Stop. Be a good boy. Jake has a problem.
Stalling 44. For the second time tonight, Ash found himself
Bottom end of a straight. Are you alive?
Barely.
So we're back to a typical structure. We're going to start under the gun.
Game's now 5-10, $5 ante, 45 in the pot pre, 6 max.
That's all I want to know.
Who's sitting on 9.6Ks at Bart?
Bartholomew Hansen.
How like good is his win rate at Stones?
Big blind per hour, it's not even real.
It's like he's making $3 million a year.
I'm telling you, like, it's,
If you average it out over the year, if he's making that much an hour.
what do you do after losing
8,000, you go into a bigger game. You drive up to Reno and you play at 25.50 until you get it back. Don't you guys know how to get money back?
And then when you get stuck there, you go to
You go to
run
Baccarat.
south. You go to the Aria, and just head down in the desert
And borrow
and play 100, 200, and
Yes,
get even.
until you're even. No one knows this except for you. You get it. Harlan races 35 scoops.
It's an easy game. This chunk of syllogism, it's so hard to climb out of a hole though if you step down in stakes. You gotta go start shooting some dark side games, or just like go higher.
Look,
until the roll runs dry.
If you want to go down in stakes, we can't be friends.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
It's one of those things.
Yeah, we're not gonna slum it with like just anybody. Ew.
I'm gonna go straight under the bridge or not at all. Like I'm not going halfway there.
Anything worth doing is worth doing right.
Right? Let's get some action.
Folds to Alex.
Scott Ball reaching for chips. Looks like he's racing a 35, 40.
I think I'm dying again.
I hate that you're dying all the time. Can you start getting flu shots, please?
No.
Please? I'll pay for them. I'll dish out $35 for your flu shot. So that you don't get sick and cough in the booth all night long with me.
I'm drinking whale tears, it's fine. It makes it all better.
So you're drinking your own tears?
Oh wow. Sick burn.
We got a straddle on, ladies and gentlemen. $15 straddle.
Waprai wants to go home and drink whiskey and rye.
I only got it,
So I can't tell, did Dan straddle for 20? I believe Dan straddled for 20 and Scott made it 80 to go. Ace Queen.
Wow. All right. Go ahead. You know what you were on the way about him.
Man. Easy game.
Up until it's not.
Bart Hansen.
Crusher.
9K. Bouse.
Random. I wouldn't call him random, but constant crusher. He makes more money on Veronica and Friends, but still, this is good.
Sounds like a car trying to start.
Strong odor. Ask what your breath smells like when you cough. It smells like a whale.
Like krill?
Whale.
Like krill.
That's probably okay.
Got it.
I'm done. All right, that was it. That's my one joke for the evening. Poker.
It was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome. There'll be no chopping in this game. Matt's gonna open up the ace-3 out of the small blind.
Jake's cough actually has its own Twitter account. It's been around for a long time.
Someone had created a Twitter account. It was called Jake's Nemesis, just to troll me. I loved it.
Queen 10-8 on the flop, 2 spades.
It's a good hand for Dan.
That's so gross, actually.
6 of spades on the turn.
Matt's not having any of it.
Oh, Bart plays that shit.
Canadian shooter, we're not gonna put up with that crap.
Yeah, don't try to test us.
Yeah.
Because Jake can get testy.
Not nice mice. Yeah, a $5 ante game is gonna play very close to like a big 5-10 or a 10 and a quarter game.
Which in this case tonight was like more like a 10 and a quarter game.
Strong order at 43. We need Mike Tantale and Kate Hall in this game. Wow. And just like give them each.
That would be.
Yeah.
That would be like. What would it be like? War at the table? They hate each other, right? Have they gone back and forth again?
They I don't think they ever stopped.
Constantly?
They're supposed to play heads up, if I'm not mistaken. Which is somehow to settle whatever dispute. Like
Yeah, because that
that's
settles
gonna
everything.
prove anything.
Yeah. He follows me on Twitter.
Are you boasting about this?
Yeah.
Oh wow, so that's decided that everything else.
Scott Ball follows me. Bart Hansen. Matt. All the important people.
It's good. Harlan's gonna raise.
How much money would you give me if I could get Trump to follow me? Matt Holzclub voted for Trump.
No, you shut your mouth.
Harlan raises to 70. Alex decides, let's play. I want to have fun tonight. Scott calls too.
Live.
And Jake coughs. To a flop, ladies and gentlemen. Three-way, not charging extra. Let's go. Give us something good. Ace 10 deuce, 2 diamonds. Alex flops a 10. Still don't know what Scott's got.
Check over to Harlan if I'm not mistaken. Harlan's got an inside straight draw. We have to bet this board. Alex is debating what he's going to do with it here with this 10. He's out of position against a very aggressive player. He's going to go ahead and let it go. Now Scott. Scott's grabbing a fistful of white chips. Here comes the raise.
475 looks like. 320 to call for Harlan.
I'd love to see Harlan get sticky here.
Harlan's asking the dealer to pull back his bet because it makes it look easier to do, you know. It's only a few more chips to call now.
BK Thompson seems to think that Scott has a flush draw or top 2. Poker Pro we now choose over to a 5-10 game. 5-10 with a $5 ante. And Harlan's balling this one over.
Harlan feels like a 3's coming. What are his options here? He's got an inside straight draw. That's it.
Backdoor diamonds.
Come on, honey, Linda. What are his options here? Is calling an option? Or calling and then showing some aggression on the turn?
I think after taking this long, the only thing we can do here is fold. We could have maybe tried to, re-bluffed here, but as much time as we took, it's going to be hard to rep a stronger hand.
Ace deuce. Ace deuce. Shows an ace deuce.
No, there's a piece of art there. King deuce.
King deuce.
Scott takes bottom pair and a backdoor spade draw. It says kick rocks, Harlan.
Little did he know he had him beat.
I think folding's the only option there. We could have re-raised
Or save the aggression for the turn. Called and
flat and then raise turn. Depending on what the turn card is. If the turn's a diamond,
yeah.
that'd be interesting.
Brian would have been good in this game. My Brian, right?
Oh yeah.
BK Thompson 24, what's up? Welcome to the chat. 6-handed 5-10 with a $5 ante right now.
What if he had ace 10? That's why it works.
Harlan's putting in a raise. Harlan's raising to 60 with pocket 7s. He's continued the same raise sizes as it was before the blinds came in. Scott just calls, says, I will be your customer this time. Jack, 4 deuce on the flop. Scott flops the best of it.
And we just check call this one down. Harlan flicks in 100. And we're just going to check call this down. Yes, yes, yes.
9 of spades on the turn.
And if we're Harlan, we should be checking back this card. We do. 9 of diamonds comes off.
Mojano Giaz, I can never say his name. Ciao! From Italy. Nice to see you. Welcome our Italian friends.
Not nice mice, we got a bet now. I just don't know what we're gonna call line. Maybe Harlan. We think Harlan's creative enough to have some random bluffs there. Maybe we can. Or if he's capable of making like really, really thin value bets, maybe we're more profitable at check calling. Might have been Scott's thought process there.
Yeah.
Also, Harlan might check back a hand like Jack 10.
Yeah. No, I like the way Scott played the
I
hand.
think Scott played it fine. You can argue for like a small value bet.
Is Harlan straddling his hand? Yes, he is. $20 straddle out of Harlan. So right now we got a $5 ante and a $20 straddle on. What a game.
And I don't think sevens ever calls because on Jack 4 deuce is Harlan's gonna bluff catch 3-5.
Strong odors. Always asking about odors.
I don't think sevens ever calls on when the flop was Jack 4 deuce and Scott check calls and checks the 9 on the turn.
JFK Stone says it's a mandatory $20 straddle right now. Dan races to 75. Harlan calls. Has ace 10 under the gun. Why not? And flops the world. The only problem is it's one of those flops where Harlan's just dominating and Dan's gonna smell it out.
Yes, Harlan, you have a 10. Yes, you run like God.
And Harlan would say, yes, I am God.
I believe in Harlan.
I believe in Harlan too.
More than a lot of things.
Probably. I believe in 5-bet Jesus.
Harlan makes it 280.
Why the raise there?
Harlan's trying to make his hand look bluffy because like it heads up. You never raise a 10, so he's going to raise a 10, so Dan thinks that he never has a 10. So that way, if Dan has any kind of hand, or he might just encourage Dan to try to rebluff.
Looks like he's got an ace jack, ace queen,
Or
jack 9.
just be
Just Harlan.
doing some random Harlan-ness. Not as much as they ever flow. Harlan's $100 flop bet on Jack 4 deuce to bluff later. Not out of position. He might have some floats in position, but Scott's not going to float out of position on that board. Just it's such a dry board. I mean, it's not like you don't even have any bluff outs. Like it's not like you can like bluff and conveniently bluff a straight or flush card. I mean, the only straight draw we can have is there's like the 3-5. So Dan opens up the pot to 75. Alex makes it 250 to go with the ace 3 of clubs. Scott is going to mull it over for a bit. Alex has not played a lot of hands. I'd expect his 3-bets to get a little bit more respect. And we see immediately as Dan lays down ace jack without even thinking about it in a 6-handed game. 6-max, everything goes up in value. Everything's better. Ace jack, that's at least ace queen and a half.
At least.
Ace queen and a half.
And a half.
And a half.
It's like
It's not quite ace king, but it's like ace queen and a half.
yes. It's like a crazy pineapple hand. Start off with 3. Feels that way.
What are the strings that we're getting licensed for?
Crazy pineapple? Just pineapple.
For pineapple. Yeah, not crazy pineapple. So we'll be discarding 1 free, not post.
Yes. I love it. And then you always throw the wrong one away.
Always.
Poker Pleb, this grill is Jake. She is beautiful. Bart looks like he's raising a 50. Gets a quick call out of Harlan. Matt folding his cards. To a flop. Queen 10-7, 2 hearts. Harlan's got the nut flush draw, checked around. 8 of diamonds on the turn.
We got a bet.
Harlan and Bart tonight scooping, right? Shovels, everything.
do a shot of tequila. Screw it.
No,
We can't. JFK Stone says no.
that's exactly why. Wait till Saturday. Saturday I'll do a shot of tequila with you.
All right.
Like 9 in the morning.
Yes.
We'll meet here, have free breakfast,
No. Last time.
play 1-2.
Last time you said that. Oh yeah, we'll just like we'll like drink all day
I never said that.
for the
That's-
amplifier thing.
That's
said that
your
we're gonna
best
drink-
friend in your head. I never said I would drink with you all day. I can drink 2 drinks and you can drink 100. Well, how can I drink with you all day?
Harlan makes it 75 to go, and Alex takes Jack and puts in 300. Alex is gonna have a little bit of a hard time getting action on his hands. At the same time, his bluffs are gonna get through much more often.
Yes, but he's starting to play a few more hands right now. He's adjusting to the dynamic at the table. I like it. I like when a quiet player starts to like open up the curtains and come out and then entertain us.
Here we are now. Entertain us.
Yes.
I can't ever not say that. Anyhow. Lucky one NBA 85. He's got a plan.
That, you should be our manager, Lucky One NBA 85, because we would have never thought of that.
Bart makes it 75 to go with a Jack 10 of clubs.
It's a $20 straddle. This is one of those games, six-handed, that you would play till like 9 in the morning.
Yes.
Just like a calm, relaxed, big game.
And everyone gets like progressively drunker.
Yes, I was gonna say the stacks get progressively bigger, but yes, ace, ace, 10 on the flop, 2 diamonds. The real Never Lucky, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Says Jake, get in the game. I know.
Tried that already.
He tried. He's not allowed. We have him banned. Security like walks around his car when he goes to his car because they know what he's up to. I got bowling shoes. Kick your ass in bowling.
Nike?
No, they're cheap.
Schweppes?
Yes, Schweppes. Mr. Vam, well played, sir.
Jesus.
You're gonna make me sick and I hate you.
I thought I got rid of the cough. Alex 3-bets again, takes it down.
Alan, do you want to take the straddle? Alright, 20 straddle, guys.
We got a straddle.
Whatever.
No?
Yes.
I thought the dealer said straddle.
Bye, 20, guys.
But they asked
Harlan straddle, yes, okay.
Yeah, there we go.
Harlan straddles from across the room. He's like, dealer, straddle. You can straddle up to half your stack at Stone's Live Poker. That's like basically giving in to the drunk. The drunk says, why can't I straddle more? And they said, okay.
And they said okay.
And then that's what happened. That's how rules are made at Stone's.
We should do this. Okay.
Let's just play Annie's only. Okay.
Okay.
Alright, guys, calls coming in.
Paul, our dealer, coming in the box here, is an accomplished artist. He's the one who made Harlan's hat.
Yes.
I've asked him to make me a hat as well.
Of course you have, because it will complete your Stones outfit that you wear all the time.
After dinner.
If Stones made underwear, every single guy in this room would be wearing Stones underwear.
Yeah. Rock hard. Stones.
All 2
underwear.
inches.
Both inches. Sounds better when you say both inches.
Both inches, hard as a rock.
Yeah.
And what about Bill? Oh, okay. What about Bill?
Alex into the gun. It's 5, 10, 20. $5 annies. Is Bart related to Gus Hansen?
Yes.
Yes.
Obviously. They look identical.
Gus is Bart's dad. Scott now stepping out, makes it 250 to go with the A6. Gets Matt off the 5-4 of clubs. We don't like that. And we're playing 6 max here.
Yes.
Scott's just can't just sit back and wait for the nut. I think we can 4-bet there. The ace 10.
You can't constantly be folding to Scott there. You know what I mean? It's going to be exploited by Scott. So he's like, maybe this one time, but I'm not going to do it every time. I mean, yes, you have to. You do lots of things.
We have an ace. We're blocking stuff. We can do, yeah.
Reasons.
Reasons. Alex into the gun. Scott's got the king 10 of diamonds here. He'll open up the pot. Queen 9 suited. Bart's on the button.
Yeah, it just calls here.
MP Party Poker, no, divorced. They're divorced, unfortunately, but they still carry each other's names.
It's been 5 years now. You guys get over it.
Dan's gonna defend.
Queen 10-7 on the flop. Scott's got middle pair. Bart flops top. Checked around. Deuce of diamonds on the turn, essentially a brick.
Give Scott a diamond draw. After the flop checks through, Scott might be thinking this 10 is good right now. He's got a good 10. He's got a diamond draw.
Meh.
I don't think he would hate it if Bart called here. King ball. And that's disco for Scott. Now the only draw that Bart could have picked up on the turn was diamonds, which we're blocking that from Scott. So we got to count on our opponent having some sort of value hand he can call us with. We can't get greedy here. Can't try to check raise. He's gonna bet 325.
What?
We can't.
No, I'm not asking what you said. I'm asking what's on his head.
Oh, wait, what is this?
Wait, what? Welcome to the game, sir. The Mad Hatter.
I'm alive.
You're gonna get me sick.
Not a good card for Bart. Bart says he's gonna go pay off Wizard. Bart's gonna pay off.
Oh yeah. We went rip cards off the no burn.
Oh, sorry. It's not going. Oh my God. only 54.
the Pop
It's only
Scott.
54. It's got a break.
Charge out your minutes. Don't pay you for the full show. You stepped out.
Mike. I mean, she doesn't take Mike.
Oh. Yeah. Well, I think we should like deduct your paycheck.
Lysol the entire booth.
That too. I'm gonna Lysol myself when I get home. I've got Jake's stuff on me.
New shooter in seat 2.
When a guy walks into a poker room with that hat on, he screams whale.
Yes. Yes. Bart makes you 80 to go with the ace-7. New shooter.
Whistler. His name's Whistler. Is he Canadian? Whistler's in British Columbia. Whistler just calls the 80. Bart's like, who is this guy? Alex calls. We're a three-way here. 7, 8, 9 on the flop. Bart flops bottom pair.
Top 2 for Alex. It's a pretty wet board.
Alex
Alex
leads
gonna
up
fire
for,
right at it.
Yeah, leads up for 200. Can't see what Whistler's got. Looks like he's reaching for chips.
Can have had like 9, 10, 8, 10. You can have Jack 10. You can have a nut. No, not anymore. Poker shirts.
I was just about to say, look at that poker shirt. There's skulls on it.
Skulls.
It's like right in your wheelhouse.
Yeah.
The ace of skulls.
You know what you should have done?
Tell me. There's
Your-
a list.
you know what
Let me
your
open
problem
up
is?
this list.
So, everyone knows that you had a bet on the election with a certain
With two
friend
people.
of ours.
By the way, Tuck wired me that money this past weekend.
Oh,
Or
excellent.
2 weekends ago.
So, rather than betting that person to get their name tattooed on their ass,
My name on their ass,
we
yeah.
should have bet them that they have to get a poker tattoo. Because we all know how certain people feel about poker tattoos.
Well, I think that
A big cheesy one, like
kids with malaria ended up winning that one.
kids with malaria won.
$6,500 went to
Saving lives.
saving lives in Africa.
Second best to that would have been if you would
Second
have
best to
made
that
like
would have been-
a big bold ace of spades right up the sleeve.
That'll
Just
be the
like-
next election.
Yeah.
Double down, right?
Yeah, it's like, all right, you're now fish for life.
Yes. And we're missing all this game, talking about poker tattoos.
Queen Jack 9. Alex and Scott are gonna go heads up to the turn. Brick. Scott's got a pair and an opening to straight draw. Can't see what Alex has. Checks over to Scott.
Yeah, that might be.
Scott checks back. Pretty standard. Scott makes 2 pair, but we can't not be in love with that card.
I love the double negative.
Now, if Alex bets here, we might just have to pay off because, I mean, come on, if that card comes off in your Alex, and if you have air, you can't not bet that card.
Stop double negativing me. You can't not.
Carry the 1.
Yeah.
Alex bets 450. And I'm pretty sure he's got it. That sizing, that board, I'm pretty sure Alex has it. And Scott knows. Scott seems like, but he has to bet that card.
They told me that too.
There's an Alex has to bet a 10. You can't not bet a 10.
Such a tough spot for Scott.
Alex is very
Can you
easily
fold this though? Can you fold it? Right? It's not like
You flip the coin and hit the outcome.
Right?
Either way it goes.
it's not a matter of calling. It's can
Heads
you
I call,
fold?
tails I fold. No matter where it falls, you're like, oh shit. Like, I don't-
Yeah.
You're just hoping to God the coin just lands like right on its edge, and you can just like
I
tank the rest of your
call.
life. I'd probably fold.
Such a perfect spot for Alex to bluff anyway, because he's been playing so tight. No?
No, you're absolutely right. And you can see the anguish on Scott's face. He's like, but he has to, and then I.
But he looks so handsome when he's anguishing. I love it. That beard, that hair. Sorry. I'm just admiring the ball. Love my ball, loving. Oh, and here it comes. Let's see. Show the bluff, Alex.
Got the king. He's not bluffing.
It would have been good. I mean, even though he'd get caught, it would have been good.
He was not bluffing.
That was tough. You would have won because you would have folded.
Yes.
Because folding's winning
Yes.
in that spot.
Yes.
And I pay off.
I've still got 2K in the game, by the way. Somehow.
You're not even paying the blinds. You can't even hit the bad beat. I know we're gonna hit the bad beat one day on our stream. It's just a matter of will they like scrape out a percentage for us? No.
No, they're poker players.
They're nits, life nits.
Yes. I've been accused of being a life knit. No, you said life fish. Never mind.
You're a life fish, but you're a life knit. Okay, remember that time I was trying to get you to watch a movie, and you're like, but it's $14. It's $14 to rent. I'm like, Jake, you just bought into a $1,600 tournament. Yeah, but the movie's $14.
Because there was no ROI in buying the movie.
This is your life, Jake.
Sorry, I believe in math and science. Where's your God now?
Where's your God now, little girl?
Scott makes it 75 to go with a Jack 8 offsuit. Bart cannot defend the straddle.
There's nothing like playing a big game behind a red velvet, like, what would you call that?
Rope.
Rope.
It's not hard, it's a rope.
I'm a fob. Sometimes I forget words. There's nothing better than that. How important do you feel? Matt's like, yeah, it's every day.
Yeah, you can't, sorry guys, can't
It
be
just,
here.
the rope follows him around the poker room. Wherever he decides to sit, we put it down.
Yeah. It's like the time the Philhelmuth came in, like with the chariots and the bullshit, you know? There's like...
I hate
like,
gimmicks.
Yeah.
Gimmicks can eat a big D. I hate it. That was corny as hell.
Yes. It's Philhelmuth.
Stack, not true. You remember the memories, not the money spent. Red man, well capped.
Scott's gonna try to get his money back.
Alex raises to 75. Scott says, no way. Let's go. $300, biatch.
I don't think Bart Hampton's drinking the right beer. He needs to be drinking the one in the short little chalice that I drink, you know?
Shallot.
Chalice.
And you wear a satchel. To a flop. Queen, 10.
Bart Hampton folded Queen Jack. Gross. Can't see what Scott's got yet. He's gonna go ahead and fire out on the Queen 10. Scott's bluffing. Scott's bluffing.
Stop. Let it go. Let it go. Stop it. You're seriously annoying.
Alex makes a call with a pair of 10s. 3 of clubs comes off on the turn. In a 3-bet pot, it brings a flush draw, but unless Scott specifically has a hand like ace, jack, ace, king. You know, you have a hand like 6, 7 of clubs, I guess. But it's effectively a brick. Scott's gonna fire another barrel.
Pocket Apes, we've all watched Kelly beat up everybody on our stream and Poker Night in America, and it's beautiful, and we love her. We're big fans of Kelly on our show.
650 now. I think if we're Alex, we have to call here still. If Scott was like a nit, oh, Alex is not he's gonna let it go.
I love the dynamic that's going on right now. I love this. Don't you love this? This back and forth between Scott and Alex.
Yeah. I like the way Alex drinks his coffee with 2 hands like that.
I know.
Like a little kid with a sippy cup.
It's super awesome.
Stapes for Prez, what's going on?
Stapes for Prez, I voted for you. What happened? And now Trump's in power. And we're banning Jake. Trump is banning Jake. Sign our petition to keep Jake. I actually signed the ban Jake petition, so
You started it.
it's my fault. Noises. I think we've got a $20 straddle going on. Dan's raising to 75.
A little optimistic here from Dan. 9-5 suited. Alex makes call with deuces. Scott's on the button. He said yes.
Alright, I'm tired of sitting around.
We got it from Jared.
Whistler.
What a name, right?
I mean, it's a long story.
Harlan wants to be a
forwards.
customer, yeah. Deuce 4 or 5, please, on the flop. No?
Yes.
Ten, 3, 3.
Dan's gonna fire at 145 and get everyone off.
By the way, you and Val are in the booth together, I think, next week.
Check that. Harlan is not going anywhere. He makes a call. Board now double pairs. Brings a diamond draw. Good for Dan. Harlan can beat the board. Dan now might fire some ace-x hands to try to get Harlan off a chop. King ball. That's a card he might be able to fire. The only thing Dan's gonna worry about if Harlan had a hand like King X of spades. Oh, sorry, that was King of spades on the river. I'm saying correct? I thought it was King of clubs. Are you sure about that? I could have sworn I saw the King of clubs. Evidently I'm wrong. Checks over to Harlan. Harlan checks back. Poker's easy.
I thought you and Val were going to be in the booth this month, but it's actually me and Val. We have 2 shows this month. The day before Valentine's Day, Veronica and Val are back for a cash game. It's the best. It's fine, I'm just right here. No, it's okay. I don't mind. States for Press, Polish people cannot vote in the United States unless they're Polish Americans.
And you're a
And I'm
Polish
not.
Canadian.
I'm a Polish Canadian. I'm getting my American citizenship this year. I ordered my study guide. I'm going to find out what the capital of Vermont is once and for all. We got a little raise. Looks like Matt was straddling, and Harlan's putting in a raise. Raise to 85. Whistler know what he sat down to?
You know what? With a hat like that, do you care? Does he care really?
No.
He's just like, you know what? That's it.
Stone.
I'm gonna find a hand and I'm gonna go with it.
Yes. I like it. I don't mind it. They're all saying the capital of Vermont. No?
Montpelier.
No idea. But I will know after I study.
Matt Damon. Scott's got the King 10 of diamonds again. Basher Kid 86 in the chat. Nice. He's a streamer.
And our number one customer for Scott, Alex is in the hand. 378, 2 clubs.
It's a better board for Alex's defending range than it is for Scott's opening range. And if Alex really want to jump a couple gears there, you can check raise that board. I mean, it's so much better for him than it is for Scott.
Yes.
The only problem is, I mean, we're not really, I mean, we're blocking, I mean, aces, but we're really not blocking any of the other value hands that Scott can have there. So, I mean, it's ambitious. We're dry bluffing. And the other thing is, sometimes we really want to be dry bluffing when you have ace high.
What's wrong with dry bluffing?
Nothing really.
That's how we lose money.
Or sometimes it's how we, you know, accidentally make money.
Oops.
Oops.
I'm getting a lot of love tonight.
A lot of love. 9, 9, 11.
I got a 7.7 though, so that brings down my mean. Whistler looks like he's raising for calling chips.
Dry bluffing causes chafing. Yes, it can.
Yes.
Whistler makes a call. Harlan makes a call. Harlan's gonna be like, I'm eventually gonna flop a set when he's 4s1 these times, right?
Yes. Deuce 8 Jack on the flop.
If I'm not mistaken, didn't the Whistler have deuces? I thought I saw that.
I can't see his cards.
I thought it flashed for a second that he had deuces.
Bart's got a jack. Flop's top pair.
That's $1.25. Whistler does not have deuces. That's now official. And Harlan is still set mining through 6 streets. He's gonna get there. 3 of spades on the turn. Pretty safe card. I expect Bart to bet again. Get value from the 9-10, get value from worse jacks. An 8 still might not fold. If Harlan's not folding pocket 4s on the flop, he might not fold an 8 here
I'm telling
either.
you, he's sticky today.
Because today's a day that ends with Y.
Day.
315 from Bart. Harlan's running everything through.
I have a feeling that Whistler's Canadian. I'm just saying. No one names themselves Whistler unless they're from British Columbia. Because that's a ski resort.
I'm sure there's something to back that up somewhere.
That's where snowboarder guys go to hang out and live and like bum around and smoke their pot and like sleep on couches. Whistler.
You go to Whistler's house?
No, Whistler is the ski resort. Whistler, it's the town where the ski resort is. They had the Olympics at Whistler, dude.
Bro. Man.
Canadian shooter, stop. Yes, but it's true, yes.
But also yes.
Why? Why do you need to constantly break things in your hands?
It's thirsty. Bart makes it 75 to go. Whistler now, ace jack, finally seeing his cards.
You can lose a lot of money just calling people's raises and missing flops in this game.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, buddy.
And I love this here. It's 6 max. Bart can have a lot of hands here. Whistler's never strong when he flats. And Matt's going to take a hand like Queen Jack here. And we get 275 to go. So,
watch this. You're going to love my nuts.
and Matt hasn't been playing so many hands where it's, you know, Bart makes a call. Let's say Matt hasn't played so many hands where you think like he's 3-betting light. He is on the button. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
And we're going to get a back raise from the Whistler with ace jack.
Wow! Wow!
Back raise is 675. What the hell just happened?
What happened? I love this.
And now, Matt's like, hey, you just called Bart's open. 3-bet. Yeah, what do you mean? You were trapping Bart, really? Or you decided to like take a hand like a pair of 9s, pair of 8s, and just say like, okay, let's flip.
Stuff it. And now he's giving his reasoning why. Don't you love that?
Because reasons. Here's what I did.
Here's why I did that. Yeah. I put you on ace king.
It's only
Oh, I'm giving him a hard time.
He almost doesn't
If
like.
you wear that hat, you are basically telling people I have a good sense of humor. Go.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. No. Yeah. With a hat like that, your back raises get through more often.
Yes, it's science.
Yes.
We're all about science on this
The back
show.
raise. It's so hard to play against times.
Yeah, it's a rare bird. It's almost like a double check raise. It's weird.
Yeah.
You have to be the cream in the Oreo cookie to do it.
Yeah, which puts you in a really rough spot. You have to be you're basically saying that you were trapping someone.
But you
or
like
B,
it
telling
rough.
the other person that, you know, hey, I just think you're full of shit.
Or the F it button goes off. I'm tired of this. I'm tired
Yeah.
of just
I
calling.
ain't taking no more.
We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it.
No.
We're not gonna take it anymore. Me in this hat.
675, we're not gonna take it.
Yeah. Eat it.
Back raises. And when you back raise over half your stack, it's game over. That's it. Because
Yeah.
you're never folding.
Nope.
You're taking all your opponent's bluffs out. If your opponent stuffs that you're in deep shit.
But you eat your shit anyway.
Yes. You're just like, all right, well, I created this mess.
And I'm gonna swim in it.
Yes.
It's kind of like when you're in an outhouse and your friends tip it over while you're pooping. 7-6 deuce to a flop. 5-way, ladies and gentlemen, 5-way.
JCW says that I got you one of the best suited connectors into a 3-bet squeeze pot. I think he was offsuit. I'm pretty sure that Matt was offsuit with the Queen Jack. Although I tend to agree with you. Yeah, I'd rather we be fighting there. Otherwise, it'd be better to do it. Yeah, we would be better to do a hand like Queen 8, something that's not going to flop as well.
Vocal Terror, you cannot talk to Justin about getting on Veronica and Friends. He's not the boss of Veronica and Friends. I am.
Bart bets 150 with the 7 deuce. I love it. Matt's got a pair, backdoor straight draw, backdoor flush draw. And he might be sticking around. Sorry, Bart bet 75. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was offsuit, JCW. Otherwise, yeah, I totally agree with what you were saying. Whistler raises to 200. And happy birthday to Bart. We think.
Bart is like, what is going on here? This kid is back raising, wearing a crazy hat.
After this part where you feel like, hey, this kid's back raised, he's gonna have, you feel like, hey, this kid's going to get creative here. If that was Bart, I'd click right back at him. And he does.
Quick call. Quick call. What do you do with that quick call?
You stuff the turn. Stuff all turn cards. That's not a great turn card. Not a great turn card.
You stuff all turn cards except for that one.
I think we can't fold. I mean, he's only got roughly a pot size bet back. But Bart can't love that card. But I don't think we can fold here. We bet really small here. No.
All in.
There's an
all
instant shove.
Stuff. And Bart hates this. Oh, I just wish we could see his cards. Bart
bets
hates
525 and gets instantly shoved on. We've got 2 pair.
We're gonna live and die by our 2 pair.
7-8. We beat 7-8. Would he raise 7-8? The way he's played, I wouldn't put it past him. But like I said, it's a really ugly turn card.
Big hog in 54. I'll be your boss.
If we're gonna like bet fold, I think we need to leave like turn smaller then. Bart says yes.
They can run the board up to 3 times now. I should say the river. They can run the river up to 3 times.
BK thought this is the same hand would be great. I don't think that's ever the case, but I concur. Suited ace is something he's got an overpair.
That would kind of make sense.
Pocket 8s.
Oh, he loves him on the.
Oh, Jesus shit! Oh my
And he,
God!
the Whistler getting sticky with the deuce.
What do I say? I don't know what to say.
Wow.
Oh my God, that was so gross.
I was just curious if he had a part of that.
Everybody laughing.
Everybody's loving it. Lock the doors. Lock the doors. Lock the
Don't let anybody out.
Oh my God.
Norman Chad says not like this.
Not like
Oh my God. I love poker so much.
They're not going to be less than you.
Is that like Christmas?
Yeah. I lied.
Oh my God,
I
it's
love
so
poker
good.
Christmas.
You know what, Justin? I mentioned that to you. After watching
Canadian shooter, yes, he does run better than Jake.
Real. That is real.
What the F?
Shoves on him. Just like, eat it. Eat it.
I know that's coming on the turn or on the river.
Well, the funny thing is, like, Bart almost like Bart didn't snap. Bart almost like molded around. It's a really ugly turn card. We can beat like 7-8.
We can beat a deuce.
We can like, and we can beat the king deuce ace deuce spazzes.
Scott 3 bets at 300. Alex calls. Did he
Sack
call?
Kings fan. Bart is way up in this game. To answer your question, Queen 10-10. Scott bet 3 bills with the ace deuce.
Yeah, Jake's chips are in the game, but Jake is not in the game.
If they just put the chips in the hat and walk away, that would be wonderful.
That actually would be hilarious. I mean, even Bart, I think, would have a sense of humor with that. Guess what? Guess what he gets to be now? The new Crush Life Poker star. He's going to be featured on his video now.
All right, Bart, go back and analyze that one.
Yeah.
So here I'm playing 7 deuce, just because, like,
Yeah. Reasons. 5 of hearts on the river.
getting crushed by life poker. Oh God.
Yeah. JB Dart says whistle as you leave with your chips in your hat. Skip out. It's okay, I'm just right here. No, it's fine. No, we don't have to talk.
Stop being so dramatic. What a hand. I thought we're like 7-8, pocket 8.
Overthinking to the nth degree.
Yeah. Or he's got a deuce.
Or it's a deuce and he rivers to it. That was glorious. That made my night. That brought back my energy.
Right?
Right.
Really, really
Everything
real.
was worth it. Everything was worth it.
Lock the doors. Dan. Ace Jack makes it 75.
I like Dan.
Dan's a gem. Nice guy.
I'm not as good as the Whistler. I
Aggressive. Creative.
Do you get Harlan needling? I'm not as good as Whistler.
That's the, honestly, it was bad.
Sometimes you gotta have those nights where you just have that, like, purest Colombian cocaine suck up.
Yeah. Sometimes
I like
you gotta get there. Let's tell you what, like,
You know you're gonna get there.
he's gonna have no problem getting action on his hands though right now. I'll say that.
Yes.
And
And watch him be a wizard and get and like
well, that hat he just might be. He just might be a wizard.
he's like made $3 million last year in cash games and he's just coming here pretending. He lost a bet, so he's got to wear that hat now for 6 months.
Come on, Scott, play the 7 news. Saw it worked out for Bart. No. Scott thinks better of it.
Yeah, Ghost of M, I did mean coffee, not cocaine. Yeah, you got me.
74, your higher heroin class.
Whistler putting out a race? No, Bart races to 75. Whistler quickly calls because reasons. You know those nights when you know everything's gonna hit?
You're the worst. Oh my god.
Jack 10-7, 2 clubs.
Well, if Whistler and Matt have inside straight draws, Bart's hand's not reading right now.
If he had 62.
Pretty wet board.
So I don't smoke pot, but I feel like you need to smoke a joint before you can analyze that hand. Because reasons, man.
Man. Because sometimes it just is.
Things are just the way they are, man.
5 of diamonds comes off on the turn. Flop check through. Matt's now going to fire out his 8s. Doesn't feel Bart would have checked back a 10 or a jack. Now Bart calls. Bart could have picked up diamonds, perhaps. Diamonds get there.
Wow.
There, 8s and 9s. 9's good for Bart. I think Broken Dreams 87's talking about me.
Hey, you got a $200 straddle. In the pot? Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, probably.
100%.
Maybe, probably.
100%.
I'll throw in an extra 100.
I just want more Whistler.
Yes.
I want more Whistler in my life. And when I mean life, I mean Stone's Live Poker.
Yes.
Alex has given us a little racy daisy, 125.
It's a bigger open. Did Dan straddle larger this hand? We've been playing 5, 10, 20 with $5 antes.
And
Dan
he's
let
getting action because this is Stone's Live. It looks like is that a 3-bet? Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. Bart 3-bets at 375 with the same hand.
Harlan wakes up Ace King, cold 4-bet time.
And yes, please.
This is 6 max.
You almost have to, right?
It's against our religion not to.
Yes.
open to 125, 3-bet to 375. We wake up Ace King in the small blind. And we're gonna make it 1100. Please.
Yeah, you can't call.
I like 11.
11D. You can't call.
No, we don't call. I think 1100 feels about right.
I know one person that could fold this, but no.
Maybe it might even go larger. We got another player behind there.
12.
Make it 12.
Yes.
Fine with that. Everyone's chiming in on their 4-bet size. Cold 4-bet sizing. How much research has been really done into that? Anyhow.
Things that go through Jake's mind.
Cold 4-bet to 1200. Alex releases. Bart.
I like it.
We love it. Such a beautiful game. Bart, who was up to 9,500, almost 10K, is now bled back down to 7K after that last hand with Whistler.
This game, like, I feel like Whistler's what we've needed,
Yes.
right?
You need someone in the game that says kick rocks, I don't care.
Eat this.
Yeah.
F you and your positive EV playing style.
Yeah. Where is Sean Drake these days?
Right?
Hi, Jen.
He was playing cash, I think, this weekend.
I put him in the tournament.
Oh, that was
yeah, we
you?
both
Okay.
we both ran
I
pretty deep in the
get
tournament.
he's always in, like, he doesn't have Snapchat, but he's always in all the snaps of the people I follow.
Yeah.
You know, one of those people.
He's like a snap side chick.
He's a snap side chick.
Yeah. Dan makes it 90 to go for the King Niner. And we will 3-bet the Ace Jack.
Oh, Alex, baby. I love
Easy
it.
game.
I like Alex.
I like 6-max poker.
Yes. Although we're 7 now,
And
right?
Annie's. And Annie poker.
And Annie's.
Annie cash games. Short-handed. Whistlers. Hats. Jen in the box.
Everything's perfect.
Scott
Life
Ball.
is finally complete. Scott Ball, Bart Hansen.
Harlan.
This is what I've been
Matthew.
dreaming of my entire life. Canadian shooter. Why are you in this booth with me? We could have a full Canadian show.
Let's not do that. Should we like lure him in here with like a bowl of maple syrup
That's how we.
and a hockey stick?
That's how you guys got me.
Yeah. that's
Roller
true.
skates. No, that was
Hockey sticks.
something else.
Canadian.
Never mind.
Raise 75 from Harlan.
Suddenly the list for this game is like 20 people long.
It's real. Alex makes a call.
Ace, King, King.
Checks through.
5 of clubs on the turn. Check, check. 4 of hearts on the river. Jack high is gonna take it. No, Harlan bets out 100.
Harlan probably has a 4. Harlan probably genuinely value betting a 4 here. Alex is gonna call Jack high. Harlan's his ace? Or 8s? Alex makes a call Jack high.
Scott is straddling.
Harlan had the ace. Checked it down all the way. And then got him for the max.
Phil Hellmuth, I was not lying. All those guys work very long hours in the oil sands, and then they come and blow their money in the casinos. It's a beautiful thing.
7's on the button for Dan. He's going to open up the pot.
I feel like the poker room's starting to warm up. People are starting to come in. Wizard of Azan is in the hizzy.
Aussie.
Oi, oi, oi. That looks like is that a 1-3 game? New game
There was
opening up. A big 1-3.
I came in and I looked right at it and like, I might have to call in sick just so I can play in that 1-3.
Yes.
It was playing bigger than the 2-5. It was huge.
Yes.
And we talked about that here.
All the time.
It was one of those games that just blew up.
Our games get so big here. It's because we don't cap them.
So anyway, I was talking to Scott Ball up at the bar right before the stream started. He was talking about at one of the Running Up Reno events. He and Danielle Anderson went and played in a 1-2 game that had no cap, where so you can straddle up to half your stack, and they were each straddling for 500.
Yes.
1-2 500.
Yes.
Just to upset the locals.
Yes. I won't say that I've struggled that big, but I've overdone.
You've tried to upset some locals.
Yes. The 1-2 game is a $200 cap. I will straddle for 150. No, 100. I'm just kidding.
Matt makes it 75 to go with the King Jack of clubs. Alex on the button with the 5-4 spades. Let's 3-bet. 3-bet. Yes.
Yes. Behold the 3-bet of Alex. It's becoming a standard thing. He's really, I think he's in his mojo in a short-handed game.
It seems like Alex is much more comfortable playing 6-max poker than he was playing a ring game.
Which is scary.
Or than an ante-only game at least.
Yes.
5-10, 6-max seems to be right up Alex's alley. Seems to be very familiar with how this is flowing.
So Matt just called.
Flops out.
10-8-4 on the flop.
Alex actually flops the best of it. This might change his plan. He might consider checking back here now. He does. Matt binks at Jack. Does complete a diamond draw.
Can't love it. Can't love it if you're Jack.
Now, had Alex 3-bet diamonds, he would have bet flop for sure. Oh, gross. Now the diamond comes off.
Yeah, that's just... That's gross.
Now Matt's got to worry about Alex having ace-X with a diamond, ace-queen, hand like that, or any 3-bet bluffing hand that contains a diamond in it. Matt checked it over and Alex bets 3 1/4. He feels very strongly that his 4 is no good. Matt makes a call. Boss. Matt couldn't find a single hand that with a diamond in it that Alex would value bet river.
Did he tip Jen that money? What was that? $60.
I don't know.
I mean,
Matt's the boss. I wouldn't have pass Matt. Matt's a
I
good guy.
could see Jen getting those kinds of tips. She probably makes $300K a year, just smiling and being a little boss.
What if like Uncle Sam is listening to this right now and the tax man just heard you say that?
I'm sorry.
Think of her children.
Sorry.
And her children's children.
And their children.
And now they're all going to jail for tax evasion.
And it's all my fault.
You should feel terrible about yourself.
I do. I hate myself. Thank you. We got a straddle, ladies and gentlemen. Alex is on fire. Races to 75.
King 10 for Bart. Bart will not defend the small blind. King 10 versus like raise up the cutoff.
I would have loved to see Whistler in this hand with that 8-3.
second doctor, I concur.
No skills poker, 63 is the hourly rate, yes. Although the 510 is typically a rates game, not an hourly drop, right? Or a half-hour drop.
Oh yeah, we're paying time.
Probably won't be super long.
On the 510 we don't pay time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we
It's probably because the ante. 510 you pay time?
No.
That's what I'm saying.
We drop 510.
I don't know why she'd be taking that for the drop. But maybe the ante game's different.
Sean Levy says, fortunately, poker commentary speculation is not admissible in court. Thank God. We have clarification from our resident tax attorney, Sean LV.
Thank you, Sean LV. I appreciate it.
It's raised to 75 from Dan with the King 10. Bart makes a call with the Queen Jack suited. And away we go.
We Jack 3 deuce, 2 spades.
That's a whole lot of flop for Bart Hansen.
Yes. Dan leads out.
Bart has flopped the world here, but he should be just calling, and he is.
3 on the turn pairs the board.
I want to keep all the bluffs in and just call this thing down. Should be another fairly easy call here for Bart. 260. We got a lot of equity, but we're never getting queens plus a fold, or only we're getting a better jack to fold. And we're blocking the only draw. Just call. Now Dan, never mind, I'll take it back because he's going to bet. The only reason for Dan to bet here is if he thinks possibly that Bart might have the ace-x of spades. And his busted flush draw is actually so good with ace high. Now Bart can't love him going 3 streets like this. 3 streets on this board, on this run out, should be ace jack plus every time. I mean, in the 6-max, we can be king jack here. Ace jack, we would expect Bart to 3-bet. So if we have king jack here on this board, I think we can definitely value bet king jack, which if Bart we're losing to. And the problem now for Bart is that we're also blocking the only bluff that Dan might have had. And Bart's gonna let it go. Long term, that might not be a bad fold by Bart. We can see the cards and see that he was ahead. But when Dan goes 3 streets, we're beat a lot of the times.
Yeah.
Namely said because we're blocking the only draw, the only bluffs, spades. Because we would never expect 10s, 9s, any kind of value hand that could show it down to bet there and try to get a jack off. I saw the twinkle in your eyes. I saw the twinkle in your eye.
You did it.
So for him to go 3 streets like that, knowing that, the logic says that, hey, well, we're never getting a jack to fold, he's got to be better, right?
Most of the time, he's losing if he calls there.
Because, I mean, we would think Jack 10
Yes.
was probably checking.
Whistler, baby, raising to 75 on the button. Oh, sorry, Scott raises to 75. Whistler calls. Matt calls. Dan's in the hand. Let's go. Oh, Matt. Jack 9-3. Matt spikes his set.
Happy birthday to Matt.
The problem is, if an ace would have been on this flop too, Whistler would have been happy to play along. But it doesn't look like we can't see everyone's cards, so.
Scott bets 150. We got the check on the raise from Matthew.
We got a check on the raise.
It's at 475.
It's a wet board, kind of. Jack 9.
Somewhat coordinated.
So he might get some value out of some drawing hands. Nah, I guess it's not. There's no flush draw.
We're in position here, but the only real draw out there is like the 10-8 or the queen 10.
And yet he gets a call. 10 on the turn. Now it's wet.
Now the board is getting real.
Now it's real.
And Matt should fire pretty large here. There's 1,300 in the pot, and here comes the chips. $7.75. I would have thought Matt would have made it somewhere closer to 9. No, it's not a bad turn card at all. We actually love it because that card should improve the type of hands that
That Scott has.
Scott should have. We love that turn card. That's why I was, more like larger. I would have liked to see some larger size. I thought Matt would have gone a little bit larger there because that card is so much more likely to improve Scott's hand and we can get value from. More likely to make 2 pair or 1 pair straight draws that aren't going to fold. It brought a club draw.
Queen 10, Queen Jack kind of hand.
Those hands, yeah, we expect our opponent to have at least a pair and a straight draw here, if not 2 pair. And I thought Matt would have gone a little bit larger with the sizing.
Wow.
Scott?
Oh, baby, calls. Very interested.
Oh, bad card, bad card, bad card, bad card. Bad card.
Matt hates it. Gross. Does Matt check here?
We can beat 2 pair hands.
Can you check?
This is probably a bet fold spot. We're probably going to bet and fold to a raise. We saw Scott pay off 2 pair earlier in the hand versus Alex, and Matt might be thinking exactly that.
Oh, insta call.
Insta call.
King 10. What does he have?
Queen 10.
10.
The queen and the 10. Scott makes a straight and scoops a 5K pot off Matt.
Damn, Daniel.
I don't mind Matt's bet there.
Chips on 11. Why?
Because we lose when it goes check check. We lose value. We've had this argument before.
No, Linda.
Why
On
didn't Scott
the
raise?
river? Yeah.
Because everything folds. Sets fold. All the 2 pairs fold. Nothing else calls.
Against Matt, yes. Other people, sets don't fold. Other people you raise there.
In some lower stakes games against lower level thinkers.
Yes.
Still, I think
Yes,
Matt,
I think it's fine against Matt.
as soon as that board goes check check, you hate yourself.
Yes.
And had Scott not called 2 pair on the 4-card straight board earlier against Alex, I don't know if Matt goes for thin value there with his set of 3s.
Yes. I agree. The layers are kicking in.
Yeah, Queen 10's just a call. Queen 10's always just a call there. Because like I said, we're never getting worse to call us.
Someone's winning in Paigow right now.
Yes, we're either chopping or value owning ourselves.
The dark side.
The hard spot is if you're Matt, where Matt's betting there also, is what do you do if you check? Like I said, just talk about like that's like when Scott paid off. That's a card you have to bet, right?
It's such an odd spot to check because then
You're waving a white flag. Are we going to check fold? Our opponent can take 2 pair and turn it into a bluff. God knows I do all the time.
yes. And then what do you do? And then what do you do?
Then you probably
I think checking's worse than betting there.
Yes, I agree. I think because when it goes check check, we lose value.
Yes.
And if we check, we're now put in a weird spot where when we call, we're just bluff catching.
Yes.
I think it's a bet full spot, and then when we get called, sometimes we're good, sometimes we lose to Queen 10.
8-9 Jack on the flop. Scott's starting to play like he's stuck, but he's not. He's got a 3 deuce. He was the original straddler, so.
The real never lucky. I don't think the river bet was enough because of the results of the hand. It's because we might have lost a little bit of value there.
Now Scott's starting to own Matt's soul. He just let out for, I can't remember how much it was, with a 3 high.
It was a great turn card for Matt. That 10 coming off. There's so many hands that Scott has, and it did. It goes like bigger in the bet. A lot of bet. A lot of bet. Hot. Hot.
I can just picture you in a short yellow school bus. Pot, pot.
You used to play drunk PLO? That's what that's like. Hot.
Drama hot.
Drama hot.
Drunk drama hot.
Drunk drama hot. Bet. 2 bets. More bets.
Hot.
Hot. More bets.
5 cards in your hand. Play the board with 2 of your cards.
2 and 3, and then plus you're playing your 5 card draw
5
hand.
cards in your hand. All right. Sounds like the best game ever, actually.
I've been told it is. But you said you don't want to play it.
I just don't like home games, but I'll play
I feel
drama
you, I
hot.
feel.
These guys.
I'll play drama
Put some
hot.
drama roll. I'll get a drama hot game struck up. All right. Dan makes it 75 to go here with the Queen 4 clubs. Alex, who's loving some 6-max poker, 7-max, whatever, poker, short-handed poker, makes it 300 to go with the 6-7 of clubs. Bart lays down the King Jack. And Alex pretends to be disappointed
There's
that he couldn't find any value.
Wizard of Azan,
Ozzy, Ozzy, Ozzy. It's a bad, bad man.
Crusher of All Souls.
He's looking across the table. I'm better than you. 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 You're all right, but I'm better than you. Of course, because no poker player, doesn't, is
Every
so,
poker player thinks they're
so
the best,
humble,
and
man.
everyone else sucks.
Ask me how good I am again.
How good are you, Jake?
So,
And how bad is everyone else?
so bad.
Yeah, I know. You unfortunately have my phone number and text me about it all the time. Don't follow Jake's Snapchat because it's just like him talking about hands. And I am the villain.
I am the villain. Yeah. 75 to go from Dan. Scott now, he makes it 300 to go with the ace-3. Whistler, 5s.
Yes.
Cold calls the 3-bet with 5s. Yes, he's got over 10 to 1 implied.
And Dan's like, I'm not folding now. F it, let's go.
Dan could have 4-bet there. That's a lot of goddamn clubs. Scott's got the ace of clubs.
King, Queen, 4.
Scott did 3-bet this hand. Now you're first to act here. Add a position against 2 players.
Checked around. 6 on the turn.
In a 3-bet pot, he's probably not getting a lot of folds on that board. It's a good check by Scott. Now that it checks through, though.
Whistler's ahead, though.
Whistler can't call.
I was about to say challenge accepted. You also, if you saw his hand against Bart, you would have said he can't call with a deuce.
Yes. I would have said that.
Broken dreams? I know.
Master C, au contraire, mon frere.
Don't you even go there.
Never mind. You c-bet that board, Master C. You go for it, brother. You do your thing.
You just hate Master C because he's
I
like...
love me some
he
Master C.
owns your soul.
But my kids need to go to college. God
Yeah.
damn it.
Master
So
C owns
Veronica
your
and friends,
soul.
I'm allowed to play again?
No.
Come on, guys,
No, you're
guys. Tell her to let me play.
Ozzy's in the next one. Mike Possel's coming back. And no. Gamblers. All gamblers.
What am I not? Did you not go back and watch the last stream?
Nope.
I had all the wine
No, I hate you.
and I put in a lot
I
of
hate
money
you.
back.
Who complains about straddles? This guy.
I thought it was gonna. I thought it would tighten
8, 4,
the game. I
3
thought it was-
on Veronica and Friends. On Veronica and Friends, really.
8, 4, 3, 2 hearts. Whistler bets out the ace jack. Alex has an inside straight draw. Now, if you're Whistler, you saw this guy put in all of it with a pair of deuces. Heart. Whistler going for... Yeah. It's not enough. There's 510 in the pot, but there's also a lot of hearts. I'm probably raising that bet size right now. It looks defensive. It looks scared. And we raise more.
You raise more and you buy Whistler a drink.
Wow. But the problem is, we saw Whistler just like say screw it and stuff it all with a pair of deuces. So if we don't think we have a lot of fold equity against someone who's willing to do that, maybe we don't attack that sizing.
Maybe there's better spots.
Maybe there's better spots. Although I probably would have pulled the trigger there.
Voss 777. We can't confirm that Whistler is Durr in disguise.
We're not going to deny it. But I'm just saying I've never seen them in the same room together.
I was gonna say that. Got a race to 75 out of Dan. Whistler says, yes, please. Yes, please. The green chippies work easier. Harlan's in the hand too. Haven't seen much of him in the last half an hour. Ace 5-4.
Harlan's blocking all the wheel draws. They can never call it 3 streets of aggression. Just bet, bet, bet. It's easy. Print money.
Yes.
Except for when they got it. Mo is better than Steele. Is Dan a pro or just looks like a guy who came off a bender? Both. He's a pro, just came off a bender. It's the best of both worlds. Every world. All the worlds. Dan, slow playing the ace-jack here. Now I think he's going to get Harlan to hero. No. Harlan lets it go. Wapry. Thank you, brother man, for joining us.
Have a good night, what, Bri?
Master C was joking. I thought he might have been being sarcastic. And that's us. Oh my god, we're full screen.
I know, right?
So the game got real.
Reels.
I
loved me some Whistler. I hope he comes back on the show. Whistler, you're invited anytime. Like fearless, right? Mm-hmm. Completely.
I love the $5 ante. Any poker game with antes is better than a game without antes. I think it did play better though with blinds. So maybe next time we'll feel it out. Maybe we'll start with blinds from the get-go.
Recommended to begin with. I'm just a girl. I don't know.
Yeah.
Stay tuned. What day is it today? Wednesday, Monday. 5-5.
Monday's 5-5. Little something real quick. Those of you who do play stones here often, you make a lot of friends in the poker community. We see a lot of people. We lost a friend of ours this week. Our hearts go out to the friends and family of Mike Bowers, who's no longer with us. So just a little moment of silence for Mike.